Happy Friday. We are officially live. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It is November the 7th, you all. We're already 7 days into this month. This is officially the first week down in November. The countdown began. For me, it began as soon as my birthday was finished in August. But for many others, they just start putting their getting into the holiday spirits. And it was a whole situation last weekend with it being November 1st. And it was like this booming trend of everybody like counting down to November 1st to be able to put up their Christmas decor. I'm not new to this, y'all. I'm true to this. Some people new to this. I've been doing this. I'm big on celebrating Christmas. It is my favorite time of the year. Been that way since I was a little girl. I am somebody who says since I was little that I wish Christmas all year round because it is the most joyful time of the year. People are nicer during that time of the year. People are kinder during that time of the year. And there is some research behind that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up too while we getting everybody on here. It is some research behind why there is so much joy during this time of the year and how it boosts your mood naturally, right? Some people they mood don't be boosted because they be fighting the Christmas spirit, but get into this joy, honey, of the season. Tis the season. Tis the season. Okay. Life is tough. It's tough enough. Not being joyful and choosing to be a Scrooge during the holiday seasons. No, ma'am, no, sir. Now, I'm not talking about for my folks, my fellow folks who I also had struggles mentally, emotionally. And so it absolutely shifts your mood. It shifts your ability to feel joy, have the desire to celebrate. That's a different situation. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about jokers who choose not to enjoy the Christmas season because of conspiracy, because they're in their head too much. As somebody who's often in her head too much, and I'm constantly working through that. No, enjoy the season. Okay. You need some type of bright spot in your day, in your season, and months, different times of the year, especially when things is chaotic. For those of us that are in the US and not in the US, you've been seeing what's been happening in the political field. And so if you've been paying attention to it, and if you haven't, you are probably just blissful because you haven't been paying attention to it. If you have been paying attention to it, it's been a little rocky for many people, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of instability right now, unstable jobs, unstable income, I already said uncertainty, but just not knowing uh, when the next shoe is going to drop, when their jobs will be reinstated. About 40 airlines, 40 airlines, 40 airplanes. I want to say 40 locations, something like that. It's 40 something with the airlines got shut down. It wasn't 40 employees because they're already furloughed. I want to say it might have been 40 stations, dispatchers. Anywho, anybody in the chat, y'all come on and share the actual info. It just came across my radio when I was driving home, and I'm like, oh, and one of my colleagues was talking about it. So it's just a lot. It's a lot that's happening. A lot of things that feel like it's out of people's control. And so that can be very taxing, very daunting. And so some people might have a hard time enjoying this season because of all the uncertainty, all the stress factors that they are experiencing with the political climate. But this is about finding a way to celebrate yourself, finding a way to have some type of joy in the midst of what feel like a very uncertain, chaotic time for many people. There are many people who they don't know where their next meal is coming from, or the amount of money that they were expecting to get for their benefits has been cut short if they're SNAP recipients. And so that can be taxing on a family because having adequate resources for food, it increases your bottom line, your finances. So the more money you take away the more money you have to take in your pocket to cover your finances or your food, I should say, or things that you qualify for that would normally be covered from this assistance that you actually pay into. If you work, most people on Medicaid are actually employed in some way, shape, and form, or they're in school, they're caregivers. So they have paid into the system. And so Medicaid is not like a handout. Medicaid is a reimbursement of your investment. It's a return on your investment when you pay into the system through your taxes. So it's not a handout. As somebody who used to be on Medicaid a long time ago, when I was younger as a new mom, but then also when I was unemployed, about 2015, 2016, I was unemployed for four months. It's not because I wanted to be unemployed. It's not because I wasn't looking for a job. I probably put in close to 100 applications plus during my 4 months of being unemployed, but I still needed help in the meantime. So I blew through my doggone severance pay. That was another situation. But my severance pay didn't last me for the full 4 months. I got a $5,000 check. It didn't last me the full 4 months. What else? My expenses. So my normal expenses kept hitting me every month, regardless of whether the job was there or not. So just like my folks that are out here that are furloughed, furloughed, furloughed. I don't know why I couldn't say that. Furloughed, that are out here furloughed due to governmental decisions that are impacting people, which is unacceptable because they're in these positions to serve people and serve them well, not to harm them. And they're still getting checks while the people are not. That doesn't sit well with me at all. That doesn't sit well with me at all. So for individuals, it's a struggle. And as somebody who has been down that road and was on different type of government assistance, I had Medicaid, I had food stamps, I had HEAP assistance, utility assistance. I got a discount on my internet at that time because I was unemployed and met the income and household guidelines requirements to qualify for $10 a month of internet, because in order to be able to apply for jobs, I would need internet, right? And if I didn't have internet, I would have to go to the library. I was luckily enough and privileged enough to have a car. Some people, many people, that is an issue. Transportation is an issue. So you got to think about these things in a multifaceted way. I won't go in a deep dive with this. This is the work that I do. System change, helping people within systems see how the work that they do impact the people that they are hired, paid, funded, recognized, and celebrated to serve, making sure they serve those folks well. Okay. And sometimes when people are in these roles, they are disconnected from what is happening in people's lives, boots on the ground, everyday citizen stories, right? And some people don't care. Others, they do, they just have blind spots. And so, that's always an issue, but that's another story for another time. Or maybe for this time. But the issue is that people in politics, not everybody, but those that are making these decisions that are causing harm, whether it's intentional or unintentional harm, it's problematic. They have blinders, and it's not okay. And not only is it not okay to be furloughed for things that has nothing to do with you. It wasn't your decision. It's not like you had a poor work ethic. You didn't get bad assessments at your job and reviews. It's just the fact that somebody else's decision has impacted your ability to live your life well, to take care of yourself, to take care of your kids, to take care of these bills that keep coming regardless of what the political field is doing or not. And I had that experience. So I get you. I understand. I empathize with you. Although I was not furloughed, I was unemployed. And it was based on a decision that leaders made with that organization. And it was around budgetary decisions. I don't know why my words are getting minced, but budgetary decisions. It was based on the budget. They could not balance their budget and they could not keep the organization afloat, and it was unsustainable. And so it's a word they use with a D. I'm missing it. It's at the end of the day, y'all. It's about 8:00. But they dissolved. That's the word I was looking for. They dissolved the organization. And so they paid us out our severance checks, and then we had to go out and find what was next in our career, based off our experience, lived learned experience, and our credentials. And so for me, it was a little bit harder because at that time I didn't know the importance of like networking. It's about who you know. It's not just what you know, it's who you know. And I hadn't established those type of professional relationships at that time. So it was a little bit tougher for me, being newer on the healthcare admin side. That was my first healthcare admin job, more office versus being in a clinic. And so people that I was the youngest in the clinic or youngest at the job. So people who are older than me, more seasoned than me, I like to say, they had connects, so they could easily roll into another job. I did not. And so for some people, it is easier for them, even though they're furloughed right now, they have found other options to get some type of income so they're not so hard hit. Their pockets isn't so hard hit. But some people, those options aren't available to them for many different reasons. And so for those individuals, this is where it's important for us as community to step up, and show out and help lift our support, our ability to have a little extra, the privilege to have a little extra to pour back into our community. This is our time to shine as Village, and help one another stay afloat and not sink and not struggle unnecessarily. So what I really appreciate is, and I'm gonna come back to that. Hopefully my brain reminds me. Okay, remember. But I just want to shout out the fact that I'm in Ohio, and our governor, Mike DeWine, he made sure that some money was invested. Like whatever y'all doing at the federal level is what y'all doing, but he wanted to make sure that the residents in his state has some type of support. Now, it does not fix the problem. It's a Band-Aid, right? But it's something, because some folks are sitting on their hands. So having folks who are elected officials that understand the impact of these decisions that are being made at the top, and ensuring that the unintended consequence and sometimes intentional consequence, that they have some type of resolve for that. They have some type of resolve, and they're trying to mitigate those decisions and those unintentional and sometimes intentional consequences. So that way their residents within their jurisdiction, their constituents are taken care of as best as they can. I did do quite a bit of looking into SNAP. SNAP is a very expensive program. It costs a lot of money to fund support, food access support across the nation for all the people in need. But here's the thing, here's the kicker. This should not be an issue. It shouldn't be an issue. I did not think I was going to talk about this, y'all. I thought I was going to be talking about something else. But we're here now. We're here now. Okay. Okay. And we're getting to all the club win stuff. So if you're here and you want to join the stage, just let me put the link in the chat, and then you can come on and join me on the stage, because we'll dive into wins now. But I wanted to just take some time and provide some space in this area here, because this is something that we don't want to gloss over. People are out here hurting and struggling. They were struggling before this government shut down, and as of 2 or 3 days ago, it's the longest shutdown in U.S. history. Okay, that's problematic, because not only is it shut down, so that hurts no matter what time of the year it is, but it's shut down during a time where people are having gatherings, they're traveling, they are celebrating one another, they're purchasing gifts. So the government being shut down does impact the economy. But because I be studying what be happening, I don't freak out like a lot of folks do. I just pay attention to what they're doing, why they're doing it, when they're doing it, how they're doing it. Okay. But I will tell you this, what the one thing I have been learning in my 30s when I start diving into all this, it is all about the numbers, man. It is a numbers game, it is a money game. So you follow the money. Okay, I was just in a workshop yesterday having this discussion about system change, and trying to understand all the issues that are impacting the health of women and moms and children, and just the interconnectedness, the interwovenness of systems and health outcomes and morbidity, mortality rates. And it is inundated with inequities and harm, both unintentional and intentional. And folks they're harmed as a result of these decisions that are being made. But the same thing that created the decisions, which is big P policies, is the same thing that can undo and right size these systems, which is big P policy. Hence why I shifted from boots on the ground work solely to learning and understanding what is truly causing these issues, root cause, root cause. Now there's a bigger root cause, okay? It's a whole spiritual warfare out here, but that's something that God take care of. We don't take care of that. But on our end, the things that we have control over is our behaviors, the choices that we make, the intention behind the choices that we make. Why are we making these decisions? Sometimes we don't realize that we're doing the enemy's bidding for him, and we're causing harm to God's children. And one thing I've been learning as I've been spending more quality time and not being afraid, because the whole OCD thing, is that God don't play about his children. Okay? God don't play about me. God don't play about you. God showing up don't play around about people who are being taken advantage of by people in power and misusing their power and misusing their funds and diverting funds from people who actually need it to their pockets. That's one thing God don't play about, and God sees all. Okay? And so I could sleep a little bit better because I was stressed a little bit and losing sleep on the world's problems. And God kindly, lovingly, gently reminded me, that ain't yours to carry. That's mine to carry. That's mine to carry. So with me understanding what's in my control, it's the big P policy. So that's what I've been working on over these past 5, 6 years, 6 years at this point, which is understanding my role in this and understanding what this looks like and how all these systems work. Because I have a desire to help solve it and be a part of the efforts and movement to solve it. So this rolls into some wins. I want to say really quickly that it is very important for us as community, as village, as people, as humans, to get back to the village concept, the community concept, because our society is so individualistic with our mindset. That's how we go through this world. It's about me, give me more, give me mine. It's about me, how I can take care of me. Society as a whole. Now we have some outliers. We have great people like myself, other like-minded people, other advocates, other activists, other servant leaders, other great hearts, great souls and great hearts who have the heart of the community at their forefront, and they use that to guide their decisions. They are people-centered, people-centric. We have to get back to that, especially those of us who are in any type of role. And I did a video on this 2 or 3 sessions ago. Those of us that are serving in any type of health and human services role. Okay. Anytime you are, and when I say that, I mean, if you are serving humans, if you're serving humans and these humans are relying on you for any type of service that can either help them and their family and their livelihood or harm them based on what you do, how you do it, and how you treat them, and if you make it difficult for them to access these resources, we got to do better. We have to do better. First of all, God is watching. Okay. He sees and he knows all, like I said. So ground yourself in that reality. Okay. Second of all, it's your brothers and sisters. No matter what they look like, no matter where they come from, these are your brothers and sisters in Christ. Okay. And I'm often thinking about that at any point in time, it could be us, y'all. It could be us. The same people that are making these decisions that are harming people and causing them to experience lack of access, of resources, of support, unnecessary compounding toxic stress that impacts your health, your mental health, your physical health, your well-being, your spiritual health. All that kind of stuff impacts you. It impacts you. That's problematic. And understand it can be you. It could be them at any time. Like this. It only takes one crisis. We are all one crisis away. And I've had my fair share of crisis as an adult. Any of us can be unemployed at any time. Any of us can be quote unquote furloughed at any time. Any of us can be jobless. Any of us can be homeless. Any of us can be hungry. Any of us. It is only by the grace of God that he keeps his hand on us and our situations for his purposes. But at any time, based on other people's decisions that are outside of your own, sometimes it is our decision. But if it's other people's decisions that you didn't contribute to, it's not your fault. At any time, it could be you. So it is very, 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 very important and vital that we keep humanity, all cap human, humanity, at the center and the forefront of all that we do when we are in service to other humans. Public service, health and human services, customer service. If there is a service that you're providing to someone, you are in some type of customer service. That means you are serving a human. So being mindful how you show up, the decisions you make. This is mainly about the leaders, the big P. Okay, we already had the conversation about the people and their attitudes and all that. That was about staff and leaders. This one, what we're experiencing right now, is about the people that we elected. And you elect people when you don't vote. You still cast your vote. You cast the vote that you sit on that couch and somebody else will vote for you. You're still exercising your right to vote, but you're doing it from the couch. And that means you gave up your vote to somebody else. So you gave them 2 votes because you could have countered their vote. That's my advocacy piece for that. Okay? We hire these people. Your vote is your currency. Okay? Your vote is your currency. We put these people into office, whether you go to that ballot or not. You are a contributor to these people that are in office. Okay, that's just the truth. Whether you believe in the system or not, whether you believe the system is corrupt or not, it works or not, you contribute to it, whether you actually go to a booth and vote or not. If you are somebody who don't believe in it, you don't like it, it's corrupt, do something about it. Do something about it. That's what I'm doing. That's what I've been doing. I've been paying attention because I have such a desire to help humanity, help the community, help the public, improve the health and well-being of folks so they can live well and they can live well longer. That is my why. That's my tagline. That's my why. Okay? I am here to help people live well and live well longer. Okay? So they can fulfill all their dreams. All their dreams associated with their destiny. That is my desire for humankind. And because of that, I did deep dives. And the more and more I went and got myself in different positions to help solve these issues that people were experiencing, I realized it's not the people. The people play a part, but that's the small p. The big P is the people in power making decisions by way of policy that determines where funding and resources will go. Is it going to be allocated to this community and this zip code and this state for this amount of time? Or this one? Is this one going to get less? Is this one going to get more? Is it based off of what's best for the people, or is it based off what's best for my pockets? Okay, that's big P. Effect and profit. So I can go so many different ways in this. We elect these individuals, therefore they work for us. Okay. If you don't have a business, small or big, I am a business owner. That's a win for me. That's a win for me. I am a business owner and I'm happy to say it again. I'm free to say it again. I'll dive deeper into that. But I am a business owner and I have 2 official businesses. But the way God been giving me these downloads, y'all, it's expanding. It's expanding. My wins is out of this world. Okay. Even in this time of uncertainty is honestly, I mean, God does great work no matter what time. But I feel like it's some of God's best work when we are up in arms and we don't know what to do and we're frantic, and then you choose to surrender, God be like, bet, say less. Solution. Resources. Barriers blocked. Creative solutions. Witness. Witness. Because ain't no way in the world I would have came up with this stuff for myself. Okay? I'm smart. I'm smart. But God got all that wisdom, all these mysteries that only God know about. And he had all this in the bag one before we were ever born. Okay, before we were ever born, from beginning of time. So he already got the victory. So let's celebrate with that. That's a win. Let's cheer God on. Okay. Well, you know, he don't need it because he already won. He got the victory. But let's pop flags for God. Okay. Because right now, when things feel like it's going to hell in the handbasket, God already been making plays. He the king of chess. For all y'all chess players out there, my son used to try to teach me chess. He did teach me, and I was able to get it, but I forget it if I don't play it. So anyway, God is the king of chess moves. Hello, pop y'all fans. So he already got this thing in the bag. So I bet my money and my dollars, my last all on God every time. So he will give us answers to these problems that feel so ginormous. I'm bringing back that word, ginormous. And it feels like you have no power. That's a lie from the pits of hell. That is a lie. One of the things that I am constantly doing in my day-to-day life is reminding people that they got power. I speak life into people, but that's also by reminding them that they got power. That's the main thing. That you are not a victim, you're victorious. You have the power because you are a child of a God that has the ultimate power. So there's nothing that can hold you back and that can prevent you from doing what God put you on this earth to do. Okay. And if you're anybody like me who have the heart for the community, who want the best for the community, it is our time, sis. It is our time, bruh. Okay. We've been preparing, we've been studying, we've been having these live learned experiences. It's time for us to show up, to step up. So God is moving people. Okay, he's elevating people. He's calling people out. I know that to be a true fact. And it's time. The time is now because listen, we have to do something about it. And I said all that to say I chose to do something about it. Right. And so I'm in the policy game. I'm in it. I was a student of it. And I just went after opportunities to be closer to it so I can have some exposure, gain some experience, gain my footing. And now I'm actually a policy analyst for a health department. You go after these things. You go after, if you got a desire, all of a sudden, y'all, my young 30s, early 30s, like I feel like it was 30, everything changed. Like I started being so interested into my history and heritage and why things went the way it did and why I didn't know certain things and why our people are being Black people. Why are we always at a disadvantage? Why does it feel like our numbers, not feel like, factual, our numbers are worse than anybody else's numbers when it comes to health outcomes and our ability to live well and have access and resources. Woo, I went down that whole rabbit hole. Whole rabbit hole. And on the other side, or while I was in it, God was opening up my eyes. He gave me that desire. I became curious. I started searching for it, and he started revealing it. Revealing. Okay? Again, background spiritual warfare is happening. Whether you want to believe in God or not, whether you want to believe in the devil or not, it's a real thing that's happening. Okay? But again, the battle's already won. So we're just walking this thing on out. But it's a spiritual battle that's happening that we can't see. It's in our unseen eyes. But the outcomes, for those of us that understand outcomes and outputs of actions and decisions, the outcomes is what we're seeing. What we're seeing. Okay, this stuff is just the battle that we can see. This part we can see. We can't see the actual fight in there, but we see the outcomes. We see the outputs. And so our job in this, and I'm still learning this, is just to, first of all, be on the right side of the fight. Who are you fighting for? Who are you following? Who camp you a part of? Which kingdom you a part of? Okay, because if you're not about helping the people, and you about helping profit, about helping your profit, your pockets, your position, your promotion, your I'm looking for a P that describes like you getting recognition, whatever. I'm gonna say awards and recognition, but If that's not of God, because God is about his children. God is about servant leadership. The number one and best servant leader was Jesus, boots on the ground. Okay. So if you are serving any of God's children, you should be a replica of what Jesus Christ looked like, because he is the number one servant leader. And he was with the people. Are you with the people? Are you helping the people? Or are you harming the people with your decisions? If you're in leadership, you got to check that. And I'm not just talking about president, y'all. I'm talking about any leader in any capacity in any organization. And hear me when I say this, my nonprofit brothers and sisters. Okay? Because y'all some of the most worst offenders, because you'll turn your nose up at for-profit organizations, but then you are causing harm to the people that you serve while getting recognition. Okay? Because you line in your pockets just like they line their pockets. Okay? So let's not judge. My son and his girlfriend, Larry and Anissa, we were just talking the other day. I want to say it was Sunday, or it was one of these days over the weekend. And it's some scripture in the Bible that says, don't judge. Because back in the day, we used to be like, don't point the finger, because you got three fingers pointing back at you. It's actually a scripture in the Bible that alludes to that says something about like to not judge the pen or needle in somebody else's eye, whatever it's called, a little tiny dot of something in somebody else's eye, and you got a log in yours. Now, I chopped and screwed the words up, but you get it. You judging somebody else's tiny, tiny thing, but you got a whole log in yours. That's all my people that's sitting around pointing fingers at what they not doing, what they not doing. But then what are you doing? What are you doing? I am the call to action girl. Okay. I am not only an advocate, I am an activist. I believe in action. We got to stop doing all this talking and do more walking. Love is an action verb. Servant leadership is an action verb. You are serving, you are doing something. Okay. And you are doing something for others first, not with the expectation that you're going to get something back. God will add that to you. If you're in these roles, whether you are and this is for leaders, if you are in a leadership role, any organization, any capacity, government, private, nonprofit, church, school, daycares, whatever, if you serve in any leadership capacity, whether you control the money or not, but especially if you control the money and resources, be mindful of how you are prioritizing profit over people. Okay? Power over people, position over people, your pride and your ego over people, power over people. And for my people out there, remember that we have the power. If you add up all the leaders in the world, now I'm talking about traditional leaders with leadership titles, and you add up all the people in the world who don't have leadership titles, who don't have leadership salaries, who don't have leadership fringe benefits, we outnumber those leaders. And yes, I was a leader with a leadership title, but I am somebody who care more about the people than I care about titles. At one point, I did care about titles. I did, because I worked hard for it. And other people was getting advancements over me. And I was like, what? I deserve that. But I wanted the title because I wanted to be one of the leaders at the top, because I knew I had good intentions to help people. But guys let me know, sis, you had it right. You are a leader. You are a leader. You're a great servant leader. But that's not the area I want you to serve in. That's not the organization I want you to serve in. I want you to serve over here. And I'm going with it, y'all. I'm going with it because God knows best, and God's seen it all already. So I'm following his lead. It'd be some little hesitation, but I'm going with it. Okay. Because it's about what's going to be best for the people, not what's going to be best for me personally. Okay. Because it is much easier to put your feet up and just collect profit. Okay. It's much easier to be about profit and not about the people. It is easier, but your soul. Okay. And what your eternity looks like. I am somebody who desires to help, and I get joy from helping others. If you are in a leadership position and you are prioritizing your profit, your power, your position over that of God's children, that's a problem. That's harmful. And that's what we're seeing right now in this world. And so for our leaders out there, it's time to do some self-assessments. And I know how we go through and we do our strategic goals every 3 to 5 years, depending on the organization. Some people do it more frequently if you have the capacity and you're a smaller organization. We have our quarterly, monthly, sometimes biannual, annual goals. We give all our staff their assessments, right? Their evaluations. Who's assessing and holding the leadership to accountability? Not on profit, because we have boards. We have boards. I'm talking about on people. Are you caring for the people? Yes, you can get the profit, and yes, you can keep the organization sustainable. Government, private, nonprofit, church, schools. Yes, you can balance budgets. You can find the resources. I tell people all the time in community, there's no shortage of resources. They have the illusion to make you think that you got a shortage of resources. There is no shortage of resources out here, y'all. No shortage. No, that is the smoke and mirrors game. It's enough resources. It's enough power. It's enough, well, you have the power and it's enough resources to go around. So it's important that leaders do some self-assessments and making sure that they are not unintentionally or intentionally harming the community. Okay. So that part, whoa, that was 36 minutes, y'all. Guess I have to get that off. And I'm actually about to actually do my blog. So let's get into the wins. I just want to just close that out by saying, if you are experiencing hardship right now due to decisions that is not of your own, I feel you, I empathize for you, and I will say, go out and go get your resources, the support, the access. Look online, search some stuff. If you don't have internet, call somebody who have it. Go to the free libraries that's in your neighborhood. If you can get a ride, get a lift, carpool with somebody, do what you need to do to get access to what you have worked for. You are not looking for handouts. You invested in that and you're getting a return on your investment. Go get it. To the community members out here that has more, who are not on government assistance and you're not furloughed right now, and you getting a steady check and you know you're going to get a steady check, put money aside. This is what tithing looks like. Okay. It's not just about giving it to a church. For me, my tithing, yes, sometimes I give to church, but my tithing 90% of the time goes to the people. Goes to the people that are in need, that are on the streets, our unhoused brothers and sisters. It goes to people in my life that need stuff. I tithe by giving, by help supporting. That's my tithing. I tithe, I give my tithe, I give my time, and I give my talent. That is my tithing. So if you have the capacity to help somebody financially, do it. $5 go a long way. SNAP benefits. I want to say the most recent facts and research that was put out about how much people get for SNAP benefits is like $5 or $6 a day per person. How many of you all spend more than that on coffee? Or on your snacks? Or on your cigarettes if people still smoke cigarettes? Or on any of your vices that you can do without that is actually causing your health harm? No judgment, because I have my own, right? But it's just the reality check. How many of us can truly spare $10, $10 to $12? That feeds 2 people for a day. How many of us? I said earlier in the conversation, it shouldn't be like this. Nobody should be out here struggling when we have an unlimited amount of resources and we have an overproduction of food. Nobody should go hungry in the world, not just in the US. In the world, nobody should be hungry because we have an overflow and we are a nation who overconsumes. So if you have food in your pantry that has been sitting there, I just did this with my family and I do it often. For one, I don't like mess. And for two, there's a lot of people that are out here hungry. And a lot of us ride past them on the street. If you have extra in your cabinets and it's just sitting there for a rainy day, the rainy day is now. Okay? The rainy day is now. Thank you for storing and stocking up for a rainy day because people need it now. So go tap into your rainy day fund and go help your brothers and sisters in need. There are local food banks all across this nation. There are food banks all across this nation. There are churches who distribute food all across this nation. Heck, you can get you a pop-up table or take your dining room table out in your community or to your local park, put up some signage, go onto your social media and do your own food drive. You don't need a building for it. Do your own food drive, collect food from your neighbors, get the promotion out, tell people that you are collecting food and on this day and this time you're going to help support your community in that kind of way. The people have the power. You don't need a title. You don't need a title. You don't need a position. You don't need all of the money. You only need to pull the power that's within you, within your community. Before all this political stuff, y'all, people took care of people. Village took care of village. Community took care of community. We got to get back there. And this is unfortunate. It's not okay. It's unhumane what they're doing in the political field. But it's been like that for a while. It's just not because Trump is in there. Okay, it's not just because of Trump is in there. It was better conditions at times, but if you are in the street talking to the people, it's been steady gap of service, gap of resource, lack of resource, inadequate resources for years, for decades, way before Trump got in there. It's not all on him. This is a problem whether it's been a Democrat or a Republican in office. That's why I don't tote and tout for one or the other. I have my time doing that, and predominantly I have voted Democrat, but I have voted Republican too, because I vote for people who align with my mission, vision, and values. Are they for the people or not? I don't care about party politics. I care about the people. And the people have to remember that you got the power. So I just gave you an example. You can do the same thing with gathering clothes because it's about to start snowing. We're in Cleveland. It's about to start snowing on Monday. First of all, pause. I love snow. Along with this holiday season, I love snow. But it's about to start snowing. How do I know you can do this? For one, I grew up going to church. Also, I grew up in a big family, and I grew up wearing hand-me-downs. I grew up eating leftovers. I grew up going to family houses and we ate what they had in their house. Churches do this. Community block clubs do this. Like, communities have done this. Villages do this. You don't have to struggle and suffer. Nobody should be struggling and suffering. People are struggling and suffering because we're not being good humans. We're not being good humans to one another. And that's not of God. Because God said it's not good for man to be alone. He was not just talking about giving a man a woman. He's talking about community. Because when he was saying, let them join us, God the three head, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, at the beginning of time. Man, he created to join them. Community, community, community. God don't believe in isolation. Now, sometimes he will remove you from something to help heal you and help elevate you, to teach you and help you shed these layers. I know I experienced that for years. Shed these layers don't belong to you, but it's to help you and heal you so he can propel you, not to harm you, not to keep you there. He don't isolate you to be depressed. That's not a God thing. That's the enemy. But outside, he believe in community. Even when you're in that, he still surround you. You might be running, but he will send people your way. So he's a God of community. He's a God of village. And we are village people. We're community people. And the reason why there's so much isolation, social connectedness issues, folks unaliving themselves, feeling hopeless. That's why they're unaliving themselves. And they got some challenges and feel like there's no other way out. Hopelessness. That's the bottom line to it. That's happening because we are not in community. Our unhoused brothers and sisters This is an epidemic and pandemic across this nation and the world because we're being poor humans. We're not being good humans. We're not having conversations with our brothers and sisters. We're not sitting down talking to them. And I understand some people might feel comfortable, some people might feel uncomfortable, some people might feel scared, some people might feel uncertain. Folks don't know if they're on something or not. But let me put you onto game. Give you a little reality check. Some of the most dangerous people are people who are not unhoused. Okay? Some of the most people that are on some type of substance are not people that are unhoused. You got people who are functional alcoholics. You got people who are functional drug addicts, people who are functional abusers. Okay? Functional abusers in any type of way. I ain't gonna go down that whole line, but all the abusers. Functional criminals, functional sociopaths, and they could be working with you. They're not unhoused. These people have just experienced a crisis that is beyond their control, and they didn't have support. When I go talk to folks that are unhoused, I just talk to them to get to know their name, to get to know them, to know their origin story. I'm big on knowing people origin stories, which is a win for me, y'all, because I struggle with OCD. So I was afraid for quite a bit, but I've been like going out there and following God's lead, and He's leading me in that direction, tapping back into who I truly am, which is a person of the people. I'm a leader that's of the people, serving leadership. So spending time with them, talking to them, asking them what their name is, just listening to their story, and then seeing how I could support and pointing them into a direction to help them get the help that they need, offering support the best way that I know how, and then putting this on the radar of other people who actually have the resources to help them, putting this on their radar that, hey, this person came to get help from your organization and they were met with this. More of us have to do that. We have to advocate. We have to stand up and say, hey, you getting paid for this, but the people that you're getting paid to serve is not being served. They're experiencing unnecessary barriers. We got to speak out. We got to say something. That's speaking truth to power. Because no way in this world should it be, I think it's 40 million. It's 40 million. It's 40 million people who rely on SNAP benefits. 40 million people who rely on SNAP benefits, y'all. That's a system issue. That's a big P policy issue. That's not a people issue. If people are relying on that assistance, that many people, 40 million people, y'all, in the US, that's a huge number. 40 million people in the US rely on SNAP benefits from all different walks of life. So take the stereotype and the biases out of your mind, from all different walks of life. And the majority of people on SNAP it will surprise you. I'll let you do your own research. It'll surprise you. It'll surprise you. It'll shut down your stereotype and your biases. 40 million people. That's a system issue. That's a big policy issue, y'all. And it's perpetuating this harm. People aren't getting paid enough. The cost of living is too high. People don't have enough support that they need. Community. For some people, it is less expensive for them to work a part-time job or be a stay-at-home parent than it is for them to put their kids in childcare, because the outrageous cost of childcare. And therefore, they need this extra assistance because the cost of living is too high, because people are greedy. Organizations are greedy. Institutions are greedy. Okay, I said enough with that. Now, on to the celebratory part of this. I allude to a little bit, but we're going to get into this. If you're here, go ahead and join me on stage. Share your wins for November. I'll officially kick it off with what I just ended. I will say that today I had an idea to do a blog. And so this, what I was just talking about, was supposed to be a blog. It's going to go deeper into one subset of this. So stay tuned. I'm just trying to determine which one of my businesses I will put the blog under. And I got to revamp my website and get it active again and launch the first blog, but it will be around this conversation that I just had, but in a clear, concise way, with wording for people who like to read it, and then I'll share it. So I'm gonna launch my blog, y'all. I'm gonna work on creating my website this week and launch my blog, or this weekend, and launch my blog. I don't know if I'm gonna launch it this week or next week, but I will be starting that process to reactivate my website. So that goes into me reactivating my businesses that God gave me years ago. And it's all around wellness. It's all around wellness. I am a wellness educator. I used to say I used to be a wellness educator. The title was gone. I was no longer operating in my business, but I had a business because that is true to me. That's me. That's the gift that I carry. I'm an educator. And the area that I educate people in is wellness, holistic wellness, holistic wellness. I started off in the wellness field with nutrition and physical fitness. That was my intro into it, but it quickly like it branched off and expanded, and I expounded upon it and got deeper into all the different dimensions of wellness, which at that time it was 9. I think it's more now. Um, and then life happened, and I sat down on that business, but I did not sit down on the gift, because it's, again, it's who I am. It's my very being. It's my soul. It's how I show up in the world. So I'm always educating people on wellness and how to take care of themselves, even when I'm struggling to take care of myself. And a lot of times I felt like an imposter because I knew I wasn't taking care of myself, but I was teaching people to take care of themselves. That is what a lot of us who are caregivers do. We're good at caring for others, and sometimes we forget to care for ourselves. So I've been learning how to do real self-care, real self-love work. So this is the fruit of that work, which is stepping back into my businesses, not being afraid, not keeping them and hiding them to myself, out of different type of fears. That's a different conversation for a different time. But getting back out there and launching it. So that's a major win for me. So let me celebrate that. I am reactivating my businesses. Okay. And when I say reactivating, I've already filed them with the state's database, the state of Ohio database. And so it's official. My businesses have been in there since 2021, which has been 4 years. So it is the Living Well, and it is Inside and Out Wellness, and it is, oh, Live Well Inside Out. I did all three. I did all three. Yeah. So it's actually three, and I use them for similar but different purposes. But the newest one is the one regarding my OCD. And I do have a channel for that. So more to come on that one. But I have to actually start setting back up these websites. I did create a website 2021, 2022, and it was a pretty website. It was my first time creating a website. I remember creating it like it was yesterday. I did it on an online platform, but it went away. I do not know how to retrieve it, so I have to call them and see if there's any opportunity to retrieve it. Because if there is, then yes, I can retrieve my website and I can just tweak it for where I am now. But the concept is the same. It's just I've lived more life in the past 4 years, drastically lived more life. I have way more understanding, way more wisdom and insight and guidance. Thank you, God, for that. Um, and I am way more healed than I was at that time. But I'm ready now. I'm ready now. So I'm ready. I'm going for it. Like I said, God's been giving me all these amazing downloads. I call them spiritual downloads, God winks, all those kind of things. And it's just like it's a flood. I feel like it's an overflow, a wealth of creative ideas, to really go after this thing and help with the relaunch of the business. So I'm excited about that. That is an amazing, amazing, amazing win. When I launch it all, I'll do a special live, and I'll actually promote it. I realize I don't really be promoting Club Win, y'all. I just get on, because sometimes it is very much so in the moment. Like, do I have energy or not? But I wanted to come and share with y'all that it's been a lot happening. So sometimes you see like the instability of the channel where sometimes I'm on here on Fridays and sometimes you won't see me for 2 or 3 weeks. When you don't see me for 2 or 3 weeks, y'all, it's because I've been battling my brain. OCD is a challenge. It's a big challenge, but I thank God for community. My a lot of my community was virtual and still is, but now I'm getting more people community because I'm a less afraid of people. Which is wow, right? I was not always like that. It's just after a traumatic situation and your brain go into protection mode, and a way for my brain to protect me from being in a traumatic situation, a harmful and scary situation that risks my life, my brain start making me afraid of people. Like it was conspiracy theory on 1,000. So, but I am healed and still healing from that. So sometimes there is like you have these episodes with OCD where you find yourself in these compulsions and you don't even realize you're doing your compulsions, and it consumes your life. It can consume your life and you don't sleep well. Like your energy level, your capacity you don't have. And so I just when I am in when I'm in that space, I have to take time to take care of myself because you can easily slip into it when you have high stress situations. And because I'm somebody that often, like I told you, heart of the community, my stresses are often high because of what's happening in the world and with community and with my family. I carry that a lot as an empath, as somebody who also has ADHD. That's a part of that. We're big empaths. We care about people so much, um, and our hearts easily hurt for people. So, anywho's, so if you don't see me, if in the past when that's happened, it's not because I just checked out, it's because I had to check in with me. So yes, I had to check out with you all, but I had to check in with me to do some self care and the love of myself and remind myself of God's love. And I don't need to be afraid because I have religious OCD. Scrupulosity is another word to call it. But I thank God. I thank God for his guidance, for his love, for his protection, for his persistence and not letting me go. No matter how many times I said it, he didn't let me go. He kept showing me his love, his kindness, showing me his character, helping me to see that that's not me. It's not me. It's the OCD. It's not me, it's the OCD. It's not me, it's the OCD. It is the OCD, y'all. It's the OCD. OCD is no joke. So I am super grateful that I am in this space now because I thought like many people who were hopeless and who were going to give up. I had my time when I had those thoughts to unalive myself as a result of feeling hopeless and fear and the thought of it's never going to get better. It's always going to be like this and I'm trapped in my head. And that's when you get to that point of hopelessness and you can be at no return. But I'm telling you, in an instant, in the middle of the night, when I had that thought, the very next thing I heard was prayers on the inside of my head. Somebody was praying for me because I could not pray for myself. And I call that my angel, my protector, whichever angel that was, whichever one. I don't know if it was Michael or whatever. Michael, I think Michael is the angel that battles on your behalf. But somebody was praying for me in my head and I heard it clearly and they was tearing down that lie from pit of hell. Because my kids were asleep, no man, my mama wasn't, we didn't have an intergenerational household at that time. It was me. And it was this year. It wasn't that long ago. And it wasn't the first time. But it can be very overwhelming. It can be very scary. You can be in a state of hopelessness and despair and isolation and confusion and fear. And it's so overwhelming and you just want it to stop. You just want it to stop. So I completely understand people who struggle with that. And my prayer always, I'm always praying for folks, even before I had my own experience with it, suicidal ideation. My prayer is always for people to realize that God has them, even though it might not look like it. God has already worked it out for their good. Surrender. Even if you can't have words, sometimes I didn't have words. Again, I couldn't pray for myself. I didn't have words. Somebody else will pray for you. Okay. The angels is watching over you. It is not hopeless. It is hopeful. There is hope. There's something on the other side. You just got to get to that other side. You just got to get to the next moment. You got to get to the next morning. Don't give up on yourself. Don't end your life. There was a football player, Marshawn something. He just unalived himself this week. You never know what people are going through. It don't matter how much money they have. It don't matter what they look like. Many people who know me, I'm a upbeat, bubbly, optimistic ray of sunshine. Oftentimes that's my nickname. Sunshine, ray of sunshine, social butterfly, um, super optimist, annoyingly optimistic. I am somebody people would have never thought that I would have those thoughts. But these kind of things, when people have these kind of situations that are going on, mental crisis. That's what they're in a mental crisis. They're in a crisis that is impacting their mental state. That's how I want to say it. They are going through a crisis that is impacting their mental state. It is nothing wrong with them. It's what is happening to them. Okay. And people need help. So overlooking people or judging people or not wanting to help people because of their circumstances and the way they look, that's a you problem. That's not a them problem. That's a heart problem. You need to check your heart. We are here to be in community, to be in village, to help one another. So I thank God because this is God's business, right? This is God's business, and I'm the vessel that God's using. I'm one of many. I'm not the only one out here. I'm one of many, but I am the one that said yes. I said yes. I have a desire. I have a desire. In my lifetime, I would love, it's like nothing more. It's my prayer. It's all I want to see these problems of the world fixed in my lifetime. I want to see it. I don't want to see no doggone needle being moved. I just told them in a meeting yesterday, I don't want to hear nothing else about no needle. That's exactly how I said it in a professional setting. I don't want to hear nothing else about no needle. I'm sick of hearing about that dang on needle. Anybody in healthcare, public health, social work, health and human services, y'all know what I'm talking about with that doggone needle. I don't want to hear nothing else about no doggone needle being moved, honey. I want to see the boulder moved and removed. I want the boulder of poverty moved. I want the boulder of homelessness removed. I want the boulder of abuse removed. I want the boulder of greed, greed and racism and harm and all the things. I want it removed. I want the boulder of disenfranchisement removed. I want the boulder of disinvestment removed. I want the boulder of inequitable systems, of harmful systems removed. I want the boulder of generational trauma and generational cycles removed. I want these boulders removed in my lifetime. My lifetime. So my kids and their kids and their kids and your kids and their kids and their kids and everybody's kids beyond us in this day and age will be able to enjoy the fruit of our labor, and they won't be fighting the same fight. Oftentimes they're talking about that we are fighting currently the fights, the fight and trying to fight for our rights that we might not have or our kids might not have, the next generation or our kids might not have. They might have less rights than our ancestors that were fighting for our rights in the 50s and 60s, which is crazy. That means we're going backwards. That means we're not learning. Hey, what's up, pumpkin? What's up, babe? What's up? My big baby. Hey, y'all, this is my big baby. That's my big baby. Hey, girl, girl, come on here.
Hey, she's gonna stay here while I go do one more spark real quick.
Y'all been doing spark? Hey, babe. Your butt hurts sitting in there?
Oh my gosh.
Well, come on here and have some fun. Let me see this here. Did you make? Where you get this from?
The thrift store. Remember I told you got a really cute robe?
This is it?
Mm-hmm.
It is so creative.
Isn't it?
Oh, wait, y'all. This is Anissa, my brother. Oh, girl.
I've been watching.
You been watching? My son's girlfriend. Okay, listen. Club Win has been Club Winning. This, how Club Win started was not this. We were just getting together and talking about wins. Girl, this starting to be over the past month. Club Win has been moving to a whole nother conversation. So I'm gonna have to shift and have these conversations be more of a part of the business
Mhm.
on another end because it's different type of conversations. But Club Win, we're supposed to be highlighting all of our wins.
That's funny.
I ain't even got there yet.
What, politics, policies.
It's been like that this past month. But here's what I liken it to. This is God doing what God do. It's when you have a plan and God be like, all right, bet,
Yep.
watch this.
Yep.
Watch this.
Yep.
You got a plan. This is what you're gonna talk. And a lot of times I don't have a full plan. I have an idea. But even with that, what comes out be what need to be out here. It need to be out here. But you got any wins you want to share with the people? Yes, you do. You got some wins, girl. Come on, you sit down.
Oh gosh.
You sit down. You can sit next to me. Move the pillow.
We too thick for this. I ain't gonna lie.
Listen, it's bigger. You just move the pillow over. Look, we can sit in here.
All right.
Look.
Can you get the rice out the plate, please?
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
can make it.
Okay, Anissa. This is Anissa. Here, you want the pillow?
Oh, thank you.
The pillow. So Anissa is on live. Let's get the pretty tree in the back. Oh, that's a win.
Oh.
And
yeah,
she helped with
tree.
this win.
The tree.
Okay, you go and tell the peoples.
I went to orientation for school.
Hey, let's pop it. Let's pop it. Let's pop it. Where's my other fan?
That's funny. I actually saw those at the store and I remember my grandma.
The fans? Yes, these are old school.
Mm-hmm.
I got this one from one of the Asian festivals.
I used to have a blue glittery one.
Yeah.
It was very cute. Very cute.
Yes, girl.
Okay.
Yes, you went to orientation, which is major.
Yes. So
Yes.
I got my foot in the door for school.
Okay, good.
Another win. I have a gym schedule now.
Hold on. What you mean gym schedule?
Like just like times I'm gonna be going to the gym. I have my aunt that I'm gonna be going with.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Planet Fitness?
Yes.
I'm this close to restart mine, girl. So
Oh,
I
you
canceled it
canceled
because I didn't use it in months. And I'm like, I'm just paying this $28 every month. And I could be putting that $28
That's why I
somewhere else.
told him to cancel it because he says he wants to go to the gym, but he never does. I'm like, just go to Gunning. Just go to Gunning.
Yeah, for the free. Yeah, for these free works that we have. And then in house. Like all this free stuff on YouTube. But I do
Very
miss
true.
running on the
Treadmill.
treadmill.
Stair stepper.
I do miss that. Oh yes, there's something. I was getting a good workout with that. Girl, you might have me relaunch it. But I might do the $15. It used to be $10, y'all. It used to be $10. They moved it. Even Planet Fitness got some inflation. It used to be $10. They moved it up to $15.
Crazy.
And the $28 one used to be $20. But it used to be under 20. It used to be like $18, $19. And over the years it creeped up.
I
And then
remember that.
an astronomical jump this year.
Mhm.
Okay, so you got a gym schedule. That's good because
Yep,
you're taking
yep.
care of yourself.
Mhm.
Yes, you're prioritizing yourself.
Mhm.
Okay, good. Anything else?
My little fall makeover.
Yes.
My hair was not this before.
That's right. Oh, look. And I like it like this.
I know, right? Isn't it
I
cute?
like it like this.
Yeah.
This is so cute.
I think that about sums it up.
Are you enjoying your job?
Oh yeah, my job's okay. It's just about the hours, but I like my job. Yeah.
Tell them where you work because you've never been on Club Wins. Tell them where you work.
I work at Bath and Body Works.
Bath and Body Works, y'all. And listen, now I'm about to get on her because she ain't tell me this. And I just so happened to pop up on them yesterday. Tell me why she ain't tell me they got a sale happening right now. And I went up in there yesterday just to go get me my plug-in oils, the wallflower things. And I walk in, it is Christmas extravaganza up in there. It smells so good. It's so pretty. They playing Christmas music, girl. It's a sale. It's a sale. So I got if you have the wallflower things, the oils is like $5 for.
Yeah.
Tell the people y'all sales.
I believe I don't know because I wasn't there when they started the sale. I think that was
Oh.
a few days after.
Okay, so it's
But-
$5 for 20. I think it's the same amount as the Planet Fitness.
Membership. That's funny.
I think it's $28,
That's funny.
y'all.
But no, if I go with you, you get a 40% discount because it'll just be like me buying it. you
I
know?
should have waited for you. I went yesterday. I spent $50.
Oh yeah, no, that would.
What's that math, y'all? Somebody do that quick math. 50% is $25.
Babe, what's
So it's
40%
probably $20.
What's 40% of 50?
Yeah, yeah. He's my math guy. He big brained. So I always work it backwards. Remember how I taught you?
50% of 50. So 50% would be 25. So
Did I just do it? That's how I taught him.
22. Rounding.
That's what I think. That's why I said about 20. Yes. Look, I told him that. Good job, mom. Popping up like
Win a win.
popping it for me. Shell, go get my other fans so we can pop these fans. Popping it
That's
for me.
funny.
Okay. So yes. All right. So let me tell you, I was talking to y'all about the wellness dimensions. So she's talking about a few of her wellness dimensions. She's talking about her intellectual wellness, right? So
Mhm.
enhancing her mind with getting her studies on and advancing her career. That's economic wellness. She talked about also job economic, but that impacts other things. And then her physical and mental wellness that's impacted by gym. All right. So it ain't just about getting slim and trim. For me, when I first got to the hospital, it was about this mind of mine, y'all.
Oh yeah.
And it still is. Because if you somebody, and we both have this, well, you can say if you want to or not. I'll tell you me. Tell you me. For me, I struggled with sleeping, and sometimes I still struggle with sleeping. And moving your body, a regular exercise, help with your sleep. It help with your eating habits. It help with your focus. Working out helps with a lot, way beyond your scale. So if you don't do it for anything else, do it for your mental, emotional,
Mhm.
and spiritual well-being. Okay, yes, son, you had your hand up. Yeah, I
I
didn't do that.
Snap before it.
Oh, snap, snap, snap. Yes,
Yeah,
girl.
clock it.
Clocking it, clocking it. Okay, any other wins you want to share?
Eating better.
Are you?
This fast has
Oh, that's
definitely
right.
promoted me eating better. Thanks,
Okay.
Larry.
Eh, yeah, my son.
He
Him and his
whipping
dog
it up.
fast. Listen, he take the nutrition wellness to another level. Like I started him off on this thing, teaching him how to cook and teaching him about nutrition. But he takes the whole, like he's committed like nobody business when it comes to fast. I'd be like, all right, I'm good. Where the baked beans? Just kidding. But also serious. Okay. Son, you want to tell him really quick before you go back out? Any wins for you? You got wins. Here, you want to sit? You want to sit with Anissa?
And even like,
I'm gonna step so they can share wins. Here, you can pop the fan as he talk about his wins. Just think about different areas in your life. Any wins you got?
So right now, I have taken the next step in possibly getting the full-time job that I wanted
Hold on, hold on.
in the recreation department.
There we go, babe. There we go,
I might get
babe.
that. So it seems like the job is basically guaranteed. So they just had me like go up there and give them like a paper application because I already applied online and everything. They had me do an interview, and like 2 weeks later, they told us, "Hey, can you come down so we can get you a paper application?" So yeah, I might be getting that job, making a good amount for right now. And the second I do that, the first thing I'm tackling is getting rid of all of my debt, every last drop, so I can just have my money to myself, be able to save freely. That and after we finish fasting, the last day is Sunday. We are going. I'm going to be going to the gym. At least like my goal is like 4 to 5 days a week, consistently.
That's good. That's good.
Pop your fan, pop your fan. Or you want the flower? Which one?
I'll take the flower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pop it, pop it. Yeah, club win.
That's funny.
So yeah, it's that, and then there's one more thing. Been working on the drawing stuff. I'm almost done with. Should I say it or no?
No, you can say it. You ain't gotta tell all the details, but you can.
Oh, I'm finishing up on her logo. So.
I was talking about my business.
Yep. It's gonna be for her business, everything. So I'm finishing up her business logo. We're finishing out the last little kinks, tweaks, and stuff like that right now. And there was one more thing. Oh, I am going to be going into deeper study of the Bible with our friends that we met literally what yesterday.
Yeah.
Him,
Yep.
not Shek we've known for a little bit, and Bobby.
Him and Bobby.
So yeah.
Okay, now you pop flags. Oh, all right, y'all. My bad. Y'all pop y'all flags.
Yeah,
So-
those are my wins so far for the week. Oh, and I'm almost done paying off one of my bills.
Hey, that big one.
Oh yeah.
Hey, where the big fan at? Hey, okay. Now here's you ain't got to tell them all your business, but I think it'll encourage some folks out there, because a lot of people in the U.S. of A. and around the world, but just the U.S. of A. their numbers, a lot of people are in debt. A lot of people are in debt. And one thing that I've been teaching my son since he started working as a teenager is how to manage his finances. And we have been, right now, I've been teaching him how to get out of financial pits that we can get ourselves in as adults when we have got our first credit card, y'all. How many of y'all out there that had credit cards? I'll give y'all real quick. I've been telling this story since I was younger. They hit me up and got, they being US Bank. When I was a teenager, I was like 18. They hit me up. I don't know where, I can't remember where I first signed up for it, but they offered me a 500, oh, in the mail. They offered me a $500 gift card. Now, as a little girl growing up in poverty, oh yeah, bye babe. Hey, really quick, I just want to say I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Damn.
I can be a very tough mom. Okay, very tough mom because my expectations be high because I know that he can do great things. I know she can do great things. My daughter can. I have high expectations of folks because I have high expectations for myself. So I know I can be tough. But I am proud of you, like I told you this morning. All right. And I told you this, but I'm telling you in front of the people. I'm proud of you because what matters in this world is that you just move forward. You're moving forward. You don't have all the answers. You won't have all the answers, but move forward. If you need to accept it, accept it. I don't want you to lose
I
it.
already did.
Okay. But move forward. So this is what Club Win is about. It is not being perfect. It is about celebrating and highlighting every small and big wins when you have them, but every small win, because oftentimes we beat ourselves up because our life doesn't look like what we desire for it to look like. And we negate to think about and be grateful and highlight all the small wins, all the things that we are doing right that is moving us in that direction. So you don't have to be perfect, no matter where you are. Sometimes we're coming out of seasons of being unstuck or being stuck and we're trying to get unstuck. So just do the smallest thing and gain some traction. And before you know it, it'll take off. So if you're in debt, no matter how big, I'm over $100,000, but some people are 3, 4, $500,000 in debt or more if you're a corporation, and you just do small ones at a time and pay it off. If you're unemployed, you just do what you can, continue to put in applications. I told y'all I was unemployed for 4 months. I just kept going, and then I just got the idea. I think this is a God thing. And he reminded me of an organization that was doing great work, and it's a job I just worked at for 8 years. Won't he do it? And grew in that job exponentially. So I'm proud of you. Keep going, son. Come back again on Club Win. Share your wins with us. Celebrate, okay? And keep doing great things. Great things, y'all. He is stepping into his gift of being a graphic designer. He's been an artist since he was a little kid, but he's been trying his hand at graphic designs to take the creativity that being here, from here to pen and paper to digital, so we can get it out quicker. So he's been helping me launch all these great ideas I've been getting downloaded from God. Okay. Anything else you want to share, babes?
I think that sums it up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What, do you have anything fun planned this weekend?
Decorating.
I'm here for them.
Decorating.
I'm here for it. Because I told myself this, y'all, that on the way home, I was like, you know what? This is going to be a weekend of decorating.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what I'm doing? Oh, that's a big one. I got to celebrate with y'all. I'll tell y'all in a second. But I was like, you know what? All week long and last weekend. So we started putting the stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
Nisa was instrumental. Yeah. We started putting it up, but let me just put y'all onto game. Look over here. I don't care. I ain't ashamed. Look at these totes. You see them totes? Them totes is full of Christmas stuff, y'all. That tote back there is my winter stuff. I got to put up my winter coats in the closet. But those are tons of garland, wreaths, and some other greenery hangy stuff to make this space a little bit more festive. We got a lot of walls, like door openings, that we're gonna hang these garland, hang the garland up. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't, what's been making me procrastinate, and I do it though because I want to put holes in the wall. And the I gotta get the command strips that can handle the weight of the garland, because I know we were talking about putting some decor, like some little decor inside of the garland to really make it pop, like how these are, where you got some pine cones and stuff like. So I want to get the right size hooks to handle it. So in the morning, I'm just gonna wake up and I'm gonna go on over here to Wally World and I'm gonna get these doggone things so we can hang them up. So tonight, when I get off here, my job is to go through these buckets and actually just lay them underneath the door frame that they're going to be hung up. That is how I'm gonna get my small win with finishing this decorating. So we're just gonna put it there because whether I do it or they do it or everybody take a doorway, we'll be able to tag team and get it done like this.
Yep.
Because she came over midweek and she like, so when y'all gonna finish decorating? Don't come for me. I ain't sent for you. But also, yes, because it's sat here now for what? It's been a week.
A week.
A week, yes. And the other thing that I'm doing is I'm preparing for that Friendsgiving.
Oh, that's right. Next week.
It's next week, and I can't wait. And I might actually do my club win that night. I just might have it playing maybe live. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna have some of my friends, my homegirls from high school, which is wild to say, girl. It's been 21 years. 21 years. It's been 21 years. But I'm still young. 21 years. Actually, it's been longer. So I've known them for 20. What's 4 years? 4 plus 5. 25 years. I've done. Duh. Oh my goodness. I went to ninth grade, end of 99, and then 2000 was my ninth grade year. So it's been 25-ish years since I've known them.
Oh, that's good.
25
that's
years.
Good,
Ain't that wild? Coming for the 99s into the 2000s. That was our time back there, y'all. So 25-year friendship. I just realized that with that quick math. I'm glad you did that. I might have to do something big to celebrate that. Well, actually, this is celebrating it, the Friendsgiving, but I might have to have like a big 25 and not tell them what it's for and see if they can guess it. What the 25 balloons is for. Because listen, that's a long time.
That is a long time.
That's a lot. That's older than she. She wasn't even alive 25 years ago. I said older than she. Older than her. She wasn't even alive 25 years ago. That's wild.
Yeah, no, that is crazy. Larry too.
Yeah. I was free. No kids. No kids. All my money was mine. All my McDonald's money, my hair money, but I spent it on Snickers and grape soda and Swiss rolls and brownies.
I feel that. Yeah, no, I feel that.
But yeah, so this is a fun thing. This is a club win celebration. I had this desire to I miss being with people. I miss having friends, and I would watch my YouTubers having gatherings for holidays and celebrating one another. And I would watch movies and my old girlfriend series and all the different shows, Housewives and all that, where it's people gathering like girlfriends gathering. And I had a longing for that, and I missed it. And I used to be the one that did all of that convening of my friends to get us together and have a good time. I would hit them up like, who want to go out? And, kind of plan for the things and get the groups together. And that was my main role in my friendships, other than, doing what I do best, speaking life, doing a counseling and therapy. I've always been this way, y'all. But I had missed it. And so some of the women that I be following, and just leaning and learning from, a lot of them, they have conversations around the importance of sisterhood, like women having supportive friendships. So, and making sure that they're also intergenerational. This is intergenerational. We're from 2 different generations. So having a support system. So you have friends that are your age, but then you also have a support system in a village with people who are in different age brackets. And you have the older women, the younger women, the middle-aged women, all of that. And you have protection, you have insight, you have wisdom, you have guidance, you have support, you have people that can help you get into rooms, people that can help guide you and help protect you from, being in tough situations. So it's important to have sisterhood. And on the flip side of that, we're women, so we're talking about that. It is also equally important to have brotherhood, right? And to have fellowship with your fellow brothers if you're a guy. So nonetheless, what they say is, if you don't have it and you desire it, maybe that's God telling you to create it. And so I'm just tapping back into me. I feel like my biggest win to celebrate, honestly, I was thinking about this at work when I was in the kitchen. Some of my best ideas come in the kitchen or the shower or when I'm asleep, and sometimes when I'm driving. So I'm just an idea person. But listen, so it came to me, and it was my biggest win, my biggest flex right now at the age of 39, which I'm going to my 40 years. Is that, y'all, I am finding me again, but like the new version of me, but getting back to my old self before all the scary traumatic stuff happened and my brain did what it did. I'm getting back the best parts of me, the true parts of Michelle, which is the fun loving, easygoing in a sense, um a person that just loved to have a good time. And remember, I told you I'm part of Club Win. The reason why Club is a part of it is because I was a partier. And excuse me, I did just burp. I was a partier. Okay. And I'm still a partier, but now I party in safer, healthier ways. But I was a partier. Like I grew up in a family that partied. Gatherings. We was always finding some. I would tell people this when I was younger. I grew up in a family that always found something to celebrate. They were always celebrating somebody's birthday because it was a huge family. So somebody's birthday was celebrated. Somebody had a hard day at work and they didn't knock somebody out. That was being celebrated. Somebody had a situation that they overcame, was being celebrated. It was Friday and you made it to Friday, that was being celebrated. They were always celebrating, which was the best. That's how I grew up. So I grew up in community. I grew up in village. I grew up in celebrating. Now, my family had its toxic situations, but I'm talking about the best part of the family, which is coming together, gathering, celebrating one another, and just having a good time. That part is the essence of my being, which I value. And I wanted to bring that here because so many of us are socially isolated. And we're beating ourselves up and we're hopeless and we're counting ourselves out and we don't see the other side of the storm, which is a beautiful, miraculous rainbow, y'all. So that's what Club Win is about. It's coming together with other people, celebrating ourselves. That's why we got these stands to pop.
I'm still trying to.
That's why we, girl, you don't pop your fan? What's happening? Hold on. How you got it? Oh, that's because you got to hold it here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you can also hold it like this. So you got, wait, hold on.
That's how I was holding it.
Now you got me all tweaking. Yeah, just hold it right there.
Tweaking is crazy.
Yeah, you hold it.
Oh, okay.
Flick of the wrist.
Good.
Flick of the wrist. See, I am a fun going person. Another win to celebrate. And you got anything else? Because I'm gonna keep talking just so you know.
Oh no. What?
So don't
As you
feel
should.
awkward.
Oh,
if
as
you
you
ever.
should. I'm chilling.
Okay. And just know if you do want to get up, you are not held hostage. You can get up and go.
Okay.
I know. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You in your early 20s, girl. It is always some fun stuff. And we can have a good time. Matter of fact, I got to get my nails done. Shell's in the mood because I was fussing at her. So, about work, I can be tough. But listen, okay, back to the fun part. Because I be having to have boundaries for myself, y'all, because I can be so much about trying to help improve the state of the community, improve the state of the world and all that. And everybody got to tap into their gifts so we can help the world be better because God gave us these gifts so I can be very much like this. And God's been trying to teach me balance. So going into this new year, but I'm going in a season.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
It is about to go into the new year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's this transition that I know. It's like a knowing. I've been saying this for years. Like I can sense when a season is shifting. And so I know that I'm shifting from my season. I was at a season of rest and healing. And then from healing to getting myself reactivated. And then from reactivating, it is now balancing. Because before all that went down and I went to my season of rest, y'all, I am what some people will call an overachiever. I'm not just an achiever. I can be an overachiever. And I struggle with perfectionism and all those things. But so I am learning. I am learning that rest is needed. Mm-hmm. If I don't want to end back up in the hospital, rest is needed. Rest is required. Rest is worship. That's one of the most recent things I learned in the past couple of weeks. Rest is also resistance. from this crazy systems that we live in that make us think that we always got to be on this hamster wheel, working, working, working. No, God didn't make us for that. He wants us to enjoy the fruits of his labor and our labor. So before I go down that road again, because I know me, coming back to the fun stuff. So balance. I am learning to balance. And a part of me balancing is I can't always be working and be serious and be about, I'm always about my father's business, but I have to have the balance of being myself and having some fun, but having fun where I'm not harming myself, put myself in harm way, open up myself to problematic situations. Now my younger self was in these streets at all different type of nights. I would work hard during the week, serving people, serving patients or kids, depending on what job I had, or customers. And then on the weekend, I was partying. So that's Club Win. I had to do some partying on Fridays and I missed it. So started with y'all with Club Win. And now I'm doing stuff with people again. So at my job last week, I hosted, well, it was my brainchild to do it, but it was a team effort. I suggested that we do like a harvest festival on election day. So it was last week, it was this week.
It was this week,
this
like
week.
a few days ago.
The 4th. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
gonna
the
say.
4th. It was on Tuesday. So we had a harvest festival this week with work. And my division that I'm in, it's about 12 of us. 12 of us, or between 12 and 15. I feel like it's 12. But the cool part is this is a team that had went through a lot of stuff. Similar but not similar to me. Like we have similar things like work trauma, because work can
Right,
be, depending on where you work, it can be toxic. We talked about
Right.
that before. So they had some of those type of situations, and so they were like all down and out, and they didn't believe in the job anymore, and not trusting people, and it just was like a gloom doom. If ever you seen like a show or that character on Inside Out,
Yes.
Where-
Sadness.
yeah, it's all
Emotion.
blue.
Yep.
Isn't it blue?
Yep. She'd be having a rain cloud over her.
All blue, honey. The whole atmosphere up in there was like that. Come on here, coming to this win. This is a major win. The whole atmosphere up in there is like that, right? When I first get up in there. So much so I'm up in there and I'm like, did I just go from a bad situation to a worse situation with work? And I was like, did I make the best decision? Did I do this to chase money? Like it had me questioning my decisions, y'all. But I felt like when I seen the job and I applied for the job, I share with y'all, and I did the interview for the job, and all of it was seamless. It felt like God ordained. And then walking to that environment, I was like, oh my God, did I not read the signs right? Did I make a bad decision?
I think those are other signs that you need to read.
What?
Like you're meant to be there.
Pop that fan for this young lady's wisdom. Pop that fan. Yes. And that's where I was going.
Mm-hmm.
You right on track with that. So every time I have a doubt based on an interaction or a situation, and my doubts can come up quick because of situations that I've been through, personally, it can show up in professional situations too. So I often have to make sure I check in, make sure I lie. And I actually talk out loud to God when I'm in my office after certain interactions that don't sit well with me. And I ask God, help me to know, am I seeing this through my pain, my unhealed trauma, or am I reading the situation right? So help give me your wisdom and help me see what I'm not seeing. And if it's me, help me know it's me. If it's not me, make it plain for me. So that's how I show up and how I work to make sure I'm not bleeding on people that didn't cut me, because they didn't do that to me, right? So that's a little side message there for folks who are healing from things that was done to them. Work on that. Don't put things on other people, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Now, yes, I believe wholeheartedly it's exactly what I'm supposed to be, because guess what happened? All those folks in there that were walking around blue and in their offices and not really engaging or being afraid to engage based on who was in that office. Now, I'm not going to say it's me. Okay. It's the spirit that I carry within me. Okay. I'm the vessel. The flip side of that, it is who I have been created to be. I've been like this since I was a little girl. I love having a good time. I am high spirit. I am bubbly personality. Morning person out of this world, unless I ain't get no sleep. Okay. These mid-30s been kicking my butt with this sleep. But so I come up in there in the space and I do what I do. I'm a people person. I get to know people. I learn their origin stories. I want to know about them to see where it's some similarities, where we connect, some differences, so I can learn something that I don't know, and grow in certain areas, right? So I value humans. I value connection, and I just show up as me. And because I love gatherings and I love, lifting people up and speaking life and whatever, I've only been there since August. The atmosphere has shifted about depending on the day, between a 300 to a 360. The atmosphere, right? And I know it's a God thing, and I thank God I am the vessel that He's using. I do thank God for that, and I thank God that He confirms that it is within me, that it's the spirit that I carry within me. It's a gift. It's a gift. And some people, it might not be organically their nature to be like that, but you can develop that for yourself. It's a choice.
100%.
I have hard nights that make it very difficult sometimes in the morning, but I push through and I make a decision that I don't like the feeling of being down and out. I want to have a great day, and so sometimes you get to, like, sometimes I get to work and I can only say, like, hey y'all, good morning, and then I go into my office and I have to do my stuff so I can center myself and get myself together before I can be my bubble and me. So sometimes you need that time, but overall, making sure that when you're in these spaces with people, no matter what job you're in, or even in your family, that you are not problematic, that you're coming in, you're increasing and improving the atmosphere. So bottom line, it's a major win, because that space was so negative. It was so doom and gloom. It's the best way that I can explain it.
Yeah.
It was so doom and gloom. And just being myself and connecting with people. And it was other people in there that had great spirits just like me, but they had shut it down because it wasn't
the
inviting.
atmosphere.
Yeah, it wasn't inviting. So I'm not in their body to say what they felt, or in their mind to say what they felt, but you can just see the reality that they didn't feel free to show up and be bubbly and be outwardly happy, and just to have good conversations and mingle. And listen, I am like a bull in a china shop. Okay. That means I come in there wrecking shop. I don't care who and what and how long it's been like this. I'm coming up in there, rainbows, cookies, unicorns, sunshine everywhere. Okay. Because I'm with you jokers more than I'm with my family. I refuse to be miserable. Life is too long and too short to be miserable, y'all. Remember that. It's too long and too short. So whatever space you occupy, wherever you go, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to fake it, but just be mindful of how you show up in these spaces, because it does not just impact you, it impacts people around you.
What did the pastor
Go ahead,
say?
babe.
He said, "Fake it till you make it" does not exist. Because we should all forget the misery, forget the depression. We should all be grateful and we should all be happy because the Lord let us wake up.
Come on. Come on.
We have another day. The Lord has given us so much grace. Who are we to be sad and down and depressed? I used to 100% believe in fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
I used to tell myself that all the time.
Yeah.
But now it's to a point where it's like I think of God, I think of the grace He has had with me, and that just makes me happy. Period.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to fake it till you make it when you have a gracious God like that.
Yeah, the love of God. And I will tell you that will change your outlook on life and your situations. I'm glad you brought that up. That will change it. It's that agape love, okay? Because doom and gloom is a real thing.
Yeah.
You really feel down. I mean, we've experienced it. Folks out here have experienced it, right? We've all experienced it, where we feel down and out. We feel hopeless. You feel like you're letting what happened to you and your current circumstances control your outlook on life and your mood and your energy. And the beautiful thing of what Anissa is saying is that, and the freeing thing is that we have a higher power that has already solved it, has already had the victory, that if we just keep our eye on Him and not on them or the problem, our outlook will raise. It will raise because we'll be looking at His promise. We'll be looking at his hand on the situation. We'll be looking at his guidance, his wisdom. And with that, we'll be able to walk through any situation and walk up out of any situation that we're in. Regardless of the environment, we'll be able to walk through it and walk out of it, because he won't just remove us from it. He allow us to go through it because it's going to strengthen us. It's going to be a testimony. It is going to strengthen us. And because he wants to do great work through us if we say yes. But regardless, he'll get you through it. He'll get you out of it, but you got to go through it, right? So you got to lean on his, the old folks used to say, his unchanging hand. I really understand that now. His unchanging hand. He always got you, no matter how gloom and doom it looks. So you just have to, like Anissa said, that gratitude thing. And here's how amazing this is. This be God moments.
Mhm.
This is things I'd be like, this is God winks. These are God moments. The title of this, I put check in and share your November wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
My next part of that was going to be gratitude. But I changed to 'tis the season.
Mm-hmm.
But gratitude was up there initially, because it's important that we highlight again the wins. Highlighting wins is showing gratitude.
Right.
It's showing gratitude to yourself, and it's showing gratitude to God. Even if you don't say thank you, God, it still shows gratitude to God, because you are highlighting all the great works that he's doing in your life. The wins that you're experiencing is as a result of all the great things that God is doing in your life. The fact that you can have wins, that's a God thing, right? That's why I said, it don't matter if you believe in him or not. He's so loving. He's doing for you, even if you don't believe in him. That's a good God. That's a good father. That's a good friend. That's devotion. That's love on another level. Because child, couldn't have been me. No, I used to say it all the time when I was younger. But that's like real love. That's that agape love. Agape love. So I gotta find the studies, but like the therapists and the researchers and therapists, they talk about what happens in your brain. The reason why you should actually, this is what I'm supposed to be sharing with y'all. I didn't write. See, that's why I gotta be writing down, because I be getting good ideas, and if I don't write it down, it goes. I was supposed to be doing this with y'all, and I'll link it in the dang it on StreamYard. You don't have show notes. That's the only problem. I might have to do it on another video, but or on my website. I'll link it on my website. Stay tuned to my website, y'all. When I do it with the blog. Good reminder. I'll do it there. So what they say is that it's science behind being grateful, writing down wins. It's actually science behind this, y'all. Now, I had the idea. God gave me the idea to do it. I had the desire to do it, so the idea came, right? But it wasn't because of science. I didn't have a research study in my head to prove to do this. I just had a desire to do it for those reasons that I told y'all. But there is science that backs why it's important to show gratitude and be grateful and to highlight wins. It actually changes your brain, the outlook on your life, and your brain's ability to problem solve and be motivated and believe and have hope and see possibilities and opportunities, versus when you're stuck in doom and gloom and hopelessness. Like I told y'all earlier, when you're stuck in that, your brain only sees lack. Your brain only sees what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I can't think of anything other than lack. Like, you can't see any solutions. You just see problems. That's the word I'm looking for. You just see problems. You don't see opportunities. So if you want to, and sometimes you have to do it even if you don't want to, because your brain is powerful. It can control your mood, like we're talking about. So you have to tell your brain what you want for yourself, and you have to do it even if your brain doesn't want to, even if your body doesn't feel like it. I'll do a whole nother thing on this, and I did one before, but I had to move myself by doing one small thing out to get myself out of depression. And if those of y'all that have been rocking me from the beginning, you know it was organizing. I had to just pick the hardest, most tedious, junkiest drawer in the kitchen. And those of y'all know the junkiest drawer in the kitchen is what, y'all? Start with M. The miscellaneous drawer. It is the catch-all drawer. It's where everything falls. The batteries, the tools, the tape measure, the thing that fell off of something that you was gonna put up that you never did. It is all, sometimes it's
The
mail.
batteries,
The
the tape.
girl. Okay? The miscellaneous drawer. All of the above. And I didn't have a desire. I didn't have it in me. I was I had to peel myself off that couch. And guess how I did it? By putting on YouTube a video of somebody else organizing. My Clutterbuck. Clutterbuck. It's my girl, Clutterbuck. I'm going to start highlighting all the YouTubers that helped me get out of depression. Clutterbuck. And I watched her over and over again. It was over and over. Everywhere I went in the house, I was watching Clutterbug because she's high bubbly. She had the energy that I used to have that I wanted again. So I would watch her for two reasons: to get that energy again. Her and Glow with Joe. Glow with Joe is the other one. Glow with Joe, she do workouts. But she's Christian based. She does workouts and she's just high energy because she was overcoming postpartum depression. And so, like, being with, putting that in my face, women who were overcoming depression, who had overcame depression, and they were sharing their journeys. And I had them always in my ear, always in my face, because you got to pay attention to what's in your eye gate and your ear gates. Okay. Because that's what your brain is going to compute. And it helped activate me. And eventually my mood changed and I was able to do more. And then my family couldn't handle it because, girl, I was back. So bottom line, I'm back. That's my win. I'm back. I'm back to me. I'm back to me. So I'm doing all the things. I am accepting that I am me. There is nothing wrong with me. There was never anything wrong with me. It was just what happened to me. So remember that. It is nothing wrong with you. It is nothing wrong with you. It is nothing wrong with you or you or you or you. Anyone that's watching this in the future, watching the playback, the replay, the playback, whatever they call it on the YouTube streets, there's nothing wrong with you if your life doesn't look the way you desire it or you always desire. Because sometimes you're in it, you might not have the desire in the moment, but remember your dream that you had before life got tough or when you were younger, whenever it was. And sometimes God will give you and remind you your dream while you're in the midst of it. Hold on to that. He's giving you that for hope. Okay. He's giving you that for hope. You get somebody that come out of nowhere to speak life into you. That's God. That's God in human form. Speaking through them from his heart to your heart, from his heart through their mouth to your heart, speaking through them. That's a God thing. That's a God moment. He is giving you hope. It could come through social media. I always tell y'all this because I lived it. I can only speak what I know. It could come through social media. So don't put down social media. It's all in how you use it. God can use anything for his good. Anything. I already told y'all, he already got the victory. It's already won. YouTubers, social media, music, books, individuals, like whatever, little sayings, little flip charts, little calendars, little stickers, little tea things. On the tea, they leave little messages of empowerment. Girl, every time I drink a cup of tea, I'm like, oh, God is talking to me through this. And I saved all of them at one time. I had them in Ziploc bags. And I was like, oh, get rid of them, girl. You becoming a hoarder. You becoming a hoarder. But it helped me in that time. It was a word. It was a word of encouragement. It was a word of motivation, of positivity. And it helped get me unstuck and get me out of hopelessness, get me out of doom and gloom, get me out of chronic depression, get me out of anxiety and suicidal ideation. It helped heal. It helped me escape. God will give you help in the midst of it. In the midst of it, okay? There is always a brighter side. So don't give up. I'm so glad you brought that up. Find a way to be grateful. There is something, even if you just start with one thing. Because I'm telling you, I've been in meetings and sometimes we'll be like, what was a win for this week? And we can't think about it because we have a hard time. And I'm going to tell you why. It is science behind this too. I forgot the amount, but we have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of thoughts a day. And I'll get the exact numbers for you.
Crazy.
A lot. Tens of thousands or 100,000, hundreds of thousands of thoughts a day. Guess the percentage of negative thoughts. Just throw a percentage out.
Maybe like 60.
You warm.
Oh.
You warm.
Really?
You warm. You want to get one more guess?
75.
You right there. You right there. It's right there. One more.
80.
Yeah. 80%. 80%, y'all. 80% of the thoughts that we think, out of the tens or hundreds of thousands of thoughts we think a day. A day. You hear me? This brain Your brain, we think that many thoughts a day, child.
Yeah, that's crazy.
80% of those thoughts are negative. Y'all do quick math. That means how much percent of your thoughts is positive?
More
If
than half.
if 80%, if we're going off 100%, if 80% of your
Larry,
thoughts,
Larry ain't here for that one.
20%, you good. You good.
Oh,
You good. That's okay. I tell people it's late at night. It's late at night.
we gonna ignore that.
Yeah, no, that's good. 20%. 20% of the thoughts that you have a day is positive. That's why it's
Yeah.
easier for us to complain, to identify all the negative stuff in the world, to gravitate towards negativity, to create negativity and gossip and drama. Some of us, we live and thrive off drama, and we don't know how to be anything other than dramatic drama, messiness, just negativity, being, it is draining for me. As somebody who's a super optimist, always trying to help people see the sunny side up of things, it can be draining, honey. It can be draining. So 80% of the thoughts that we have is negative. If it's tens of thousands, that's a lot of doggone negative thoughts. If it's 100, that means 80 thoughts out of 100 of your thoughts is negative.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like in this hour or in this minute or in this 10-minute time frame, you can have 100 thoughts. And 80 thoughts out of those 100 thoughts are negative. It's why we struggle to celebrate ourselves. It's why we struggle to see positive in anything that we're going through. It's why, and this actually came to me when I was, again, in the kitchen at work, girl. It came to me and I received this. These are the things I'd be like, these are God downloads. I received it. I heard internally that when you have lived a life, now I'm adding it all together because it was shorter than this, but I'm adding my words to it. That basically when you have been in a season or you lived a life of distress, sometimes you can't see how blessed you are.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see the blessings. You can't see the blessings even when they're right in your face. Even when God is laying it out, he's laying out the red carpet for you and you can't even enjoy it. Think about the celebrities that you know who were miserable, or just like that gentleman I said earlier, the football player who is no longer with us, because of his struggles, because you never know what people are going through. His mind got the best of him and he became hopeless. And in a split second, it's all gone, right? We can't see how blessed we are because our brain hyperfocuses on all the things that we don't have or how everything is going wrong. And there's no other side to this thing. And it's always going to be that way. That is the lie from the pit of hell. That's the lie from the enemy within. We have enemies within, y'all. And it be our brains. If ain't nobody telling y'all that, I'm telling y'all that. I had to learn it for myself. Okay? Okay? So check your brain. Check your brain. Period. Check him. Okay? You ain't running nothing. You powerful, but I got ultimate power because I get it from the ultimate source. Okay? So don't let your brain run you. Your brain can be a bully. That's one thing that I have learned from my OCD therapy. Your brain is a bully. And it will tell you what it wants you to believe based off of what you have experienced, based off what you have seen in your life, what you have learned. I'm closing it out. I've been talking for a while. It's okay. It's all right. I'm high energy, like I told you, so I can be going. And I told you at any time you can go. You go in there and hang with Shell. Okay. But our brains can be bullies. So you got to tell your brain what you are going to believe. You don't have to believe everything your brain put in your head because your brain is also a liar. Your brain is also a liar. It can give you some great ideas, but your brain doesn't mean truth. Mm-hmm. Just because you think it, who's in the kitchen? Oh, just because you think it doesn't make it true. Okay? And this will help for many of us who get thoughts and we decide to act on those thoughts and hurt ourselves or other people. Those thoughts, if it comes to hurting yourself or other people, that's not of God. You're not following God. And I'm saying this to my OCD folks who struggle with religious scrupulosity, who think you're following the voice of God. That's not God if he's telling you to hurt yourself or hurt other people. Okay? That's your brain lying to you. And it's doing that to you out of its way of protecting you from what it perceives to be harm. That is your brain. What's the word I'm looking for? That is your brain stuck in the fight, flight, freeze response due to the trauma that you have been through, the unhealed trauma that you've been through. Okay. Okay. So that's my little love, my little help for you today. And that's a moment that needed to be said. That is not God. I had to learn that myself as well. God will never tell you to hurt yourself or hurt other people. That is something that's within your brain that is stuck
Like
in fight, flight,
intrusive-
freeze.
Like intrusive thoughts.
Intrusive thoughts. Yes, intrusive thoughts. That's exactly what it is. Okay? You don't believe everything that comes to your brain. Your brain is a bully. Your brain is a liar. You can have great thoughts, great ideas. Your mind is a beautiful thing. They say your mind is a horrible thing to waste. I agree. But that brain child, that brain is a bully because there's different compartments in our brain. And the more and more you learn about the compartments in your brain and you learn about their functions, you will understand how powerful the brain is and how it informs the fact that we can sit here and move our mouth, we can look, we can touch, we can move. It's all being run and controlled by the brain.
Yep.
So when something is off with somebody, it's something that's happening with their brain. And it's not their fault. It's what happened to them that they might not be aware. It's the reason why their brain is doing that. So we got to teach. And that's where I come in. I'm one of many. It's not just me. I'm coming in from my experience with OCD and things that I've been through. But if you had your experience, you do the same thing. Because the more of us who get out here and tell our truth and our experiences will help people who believe that there's no hope for them, and will help them who believe that the only way out is to end it all. That is a lie from the pit of hell and the lie from the enemy within that brain of yours.
The enemy.
So don't belie.
the
I mean, don't
enemy-
believe.
don't.
I know. Don't belie. Don't belie. Don't belie that belief. Go ahead, Annie.
The enemy hates us.
Yeah.
He hates us, and he will do anything he can to take us to hell with him,
Yeah.
or to drag us down, or to make us feel like we're crazy.
Mm.
So any of those thoughts are 100% from the enemy, because he wants you to be as separate from God as you can.
Yeah.
And the easiest way to do that is playing mental games.
Oof. Yeah.
Because mental games, like, sometimes you don't even know what's going on. Because I know I don't.
Yeah.
I know I don't. But that is 100% from the enemy. You just have to remember. Like, I know, like, when I get negative thoughts, intrusive thoughts are the enemy.
Yeah.
That I know we learned that in church.
Mm.
But for me, when I get certain negative thoughts, or I view myself a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I snap back and I think, like, oh no, that's the enemy, because right now he's trying to take me back to where I was, trying to take me back to where I was.
Yeah.
So that reminder is very important. And also the Bible,
Yeah.
because once you the Bible's like the book of life. It's a instruction manual. It lets you
Yeah.
know everything that you need to know, and all that. So the more you know God's word, the easier it is to fight off those evil thoughts and evil temptations.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. And it helps you, and I agree 1,000% with what you said. It helps you understand what's happening. So it's both. I told my son this earlier, and I'm often telling other people this. It's both and. It's not just spiritual, it's science.
Okay.
It's both and. It's not either or, right? God worked in concert with that. God helps us discover things through science. But understand, science is the end all be all, because they only know what they know. That's why science is always evolving, right? So you always want to check back in the word. You want to check back with your maker and understand what is and is not for you based on how he designed you. But yes, very, very much so true. I had to just and that's another conversation for another time, but I can attest to what she's saying. When it is something that is being brought up from past doings, that's enemy. And he's trying to hold that over your head. He's trying to keep you hostage. He's trying to, it's that C word where he's trying to condemn you.
Oh.
Trying to make you feel guilty for decisions you made. That come up for me often, but they're getting less and less strong the more and more I step into my power by leaning on the truth, which is the word of God. Now, in addition to the Bible being an instruction manual, because I'm using it right now, the way I'm using the Bible, just so y'all can get a little insight, and I don't do it every day, but it comes to me every day. I should say that. I don't always go to the physical Bible, but I do go to the Word of God every day. It could be mainly by way of YouTubers who are pastors, like pastors who are well studied, well studied pastors. Some are well known, some aren't, but it is folks who are well studied, and then I go and I try to understand it myself. But what I am leaning into the Word of God with is where I am in my life, and that's what I encourage everybody to do. Like anytime you're going through life, we always looking for self-help books, self-help solutions, or whatever. And the way that I received it one time, it was the Bible is the ultimate self-help book. It's the ultimate self-help book. And it is giving you insight from God's lens, but not just about your problem, because the enemy wants you to focus on your problem. And it's not just the enemy God's, because it's not your enemy. That was a reminder today with Sarah Jakes Roberts. I was watching her sermon. The enemy ain't our enemy. The enemy is God's enemy. Okay. But he makes himself our enemy. He becomes our enemy when we are in the will of God. And he wants us out the will of God. And he wants you to focus on the negative. And he don't want you to pay attention to your wins, right? Whatever the being is, don't want you to pay attention to your wins, but your brain is also doing that. So it's both and. It's not either or. Okay. It's not all the enemy. That's why I differentiate and I say it's also the enemy within.
Right.
Your brain is very powerful. So it's both and with OCD, I've been in this battle for some years now. Child, it's been like years, where I'm like, okay, was that the enemy? Was that me? Was that God? Was that the enemy? Was that me? Was that God? Was that the had me consumed by it? That's a compulsion. So if you're out there and you got religious scrupulosity, that's a compulsion. But just know that whether it is the enemy, God's enemy, who don't want you to win because of all the reasons why Anissa said, or if it's your brain being your enemy by way of trying to keep you safe, therefore it makes everything a harm and a threat, and it keeps you stuck and stagnant and not going after all the things that God has for you, and keep you focused on all the negative stuff in your life and not seeing how God is opening up doors for you, and therefore you don't go through those doors. You let those doors of opportunity shut because you are so inundated with what has happened to you and what your environment and your, oh shoot, I've lived this. I've been talking about this with many folks. This is like the biggest thing, because I grew up in communities who were stricken with poverty, who were stricken with a lack of resources and disinvestment and hopelessness and gloom and doom. And because they see it 24/7, this is what their outlook is on life. They believe this is all that it's ever going to be. And that's a lie. It is a lie from the pit of hell. That's why it's important for people to get out of their environment that they live in and have exposure and experiences in other places with other people who have come from similar situations and who have made it over. And guess what that is? That's intergenerational wisdom. And that's what we were talking about and what we are experiencing while she is in our family and she's getting to know this strong-willed woman of God that gave birth to her beloved boyfriend. But yes. So I can speak to some of that. Some of the things, not all the things that she experiences, I can speak to a lot of that because I experienced it and I was able to get through it and overcome things and walk in victory and not in victimhood, and prosperity and not poverty. You know my spiel. I say it all the time. Because it's the truth, and that is the word of God. Prosperity is God. Y'all know how I do. Prosperity is God. Poverty is the enemy. It's not of God. And you don't gotta say the enemy if you don't want to, but understand it's both.
Right.
It's just not of God. Victimhood is not of God. Victoriousness is of God. Okay? Gloom and doom is not of God. Glory is of God. Gloriousness, optimism, positive outlook on life, seeing the wins. If you lock in on those wins, y'all, bottom line, because we got to close this out. It's been 2 hours. If you lock in on your wins, I know it goes fast. It'd be good conversation. It'd be good conversation. If you lock in on your wins, so remember this. If you lock in on your wins, your outlook will change. Okay? So You don't have to have a journal of gratitude unless you want one. I am a sticky note girl. Sometimes I write stuff in my journal. Sometimes I write stuff in sticky notes. Sometimes I write stuff in my notes. I have probably tens of thousands of notes at this point, thousands of notes in my phone. So wherever you need to write it down to see it, to put it in front of your eye gates, and you say it, and that's how you thank God, by saying it and thanking God for that one win that you can find, or a half win that you can find, and then you build on it. Get into the habit and the practice of celebrating your wins. That is gratitude. And that says to God, thank you. I see what you're doing. I see you. I'm keeping my eyes on you and not my circumstance. I'm keeping my eyes on you and holding onto your unchanging hand and not being consumed by my circumstance or my environment. Okay, I'm done because I keep going. 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 But I do have to close it out, y'all, because what time is it? Girl, it's about to be 10 o'clock. About to be 10 o'clock. All right, I always say this is going to be a quick conversation. I got to stop lying to myself.
Hey, that's okay.
So, but it's good. And this is my first time I've had like a situation like this. She's never been on Club Win other than when we did the impromptu party for my mom, and I had my YouTube going live, but she's never sat and shared wins. You've never seen my son like sit and share wins. You see my daughter who shared wins last week or the last time I did it. She got some wins to share, but she having her little moment. So she'll get on the good foot and be a little bit more optimistic and be on here next week. Hopefully we're going to speak that life over her. So I just want to, I'll just end with what I said, y'all. Celebrate your wins, highlight your wins. Dang, I forgot how I said it. What rhyme with wins? You know, I said, Larry, remember this. Dang it, I'm gonna have to go back. Larry, what did I tell you to remember? Some of your wins. Some of your wins. And it rhymed with wins. Ends. Oh, that's gonna bother me. This is the perimenopause, y'all. It's a perimenopause and it's ADHD. I'm learning this both and whatever. Okay? Because hello. Child.
He just in there.
He'd be gone. Just ignore my whole thing, don't he? Anyway, so y'all, I ain't closing it out because I'm trying to remember it, but I'm about to close it out because it does this in real life, y'all. Anytime I'm trying to remember it, I can't, because I don't like closing it out without putting a pin on it. But just go back a few minutes ago, and what I said that rhymed, because it'd be good. What I said that rhymed, I want y'all to remember that. So whatever I said that rhymed wins, do that. Do that thing that I said a few minutes ago. Go back and then tell me in the comments what I said. So I ain't got to rewind it. But yes, celebrate your wins, show gratitude, and just live your life sunny side up. Sunny side up. Live life sunny side up. Lean into it. There is hope. There's healing. There's opportunity. There's nothing too great for God. Nothing. No, you are not too far gone. It don't matter what you did. It don't matter what you've been through. It don't matter what you're up against. Who says it is, no, whatever. There's no opportunity out. You always going to be in it. It don't matter what your age, how long you've been going through it. There's always a way out. God is always making a way out. You just got to look for it. You got to look for it, and then you got to be willing to go, because you can see it and be afraid to go. Mm-hmm. You can be so comfortable and used to being in dysfunction. I've been saying this for decades now, because I grew up in a family like this. When you don't realize you have been, how do you say it? Dang it. Double perimenopause. You have learned to function in dysfunction. There you go. You have learned to function in dysfunction. And I'm telling this to myself too. It's not just you. I'm telling myself how many times I cried. I didn't want it to change. I didn't want it to change, Lord. I want to keep it. And I thank God he removed it. I thank God I did not get those prayers. I thank God he did not let me stay where I wanted to stay. I thank God that he pushed me out of my comfort zone in the most loving way, but persistent. He was persistent. You can't stay here.
He knows the true desires of your heart.
Yes. And although I wanted that, I wanted it with the wrong person. I wanted it in the wrong situation and circumstance. And I was not my best version of myself. So I had to go. They had to go. And we all had to go. Okay? It all had to end. It had to go so I can grow. So I can do this and help somebody else that's struggling so they can let go and they can grow. Because God got amazing things for us. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. This is why I want to close it out. She was talking about the book, the Bible. I have learned, and this is a win, y'all. I have learned that the Bible is God's love letter to his children. Ain't that
That's a
beautiful?
cute.
You did that thing, God. That was so good. I forgot which pastor told me that. One of the ones on my YouTube situations. But it's his love letter. So we grew up knowing that's the structure manual,
Mm-hmm.
right? It helps you navigate life.
Right.
But for those people, like most of us, most people who are running, who are struggling, who are lost in despair, who are guilt-ridden, who are feeling like they're condemned and God hates them and God will never forgive them and God don't love them. All of that stuff is lies. God loves you beyond. He already forgot about what you did. He forgot more about than you can ever remember. He don't even remember that thing. That's grace. That's mercy. That is agape love. He don't even remember. You are torturing yourself. You're drugging yourself. You're drinking yourself into a coma. You're eating yourself into oblivion and obesity. My story, huh? Thank God for healing and deliverance out of all the guilt that I was carrying around. And he kept on trying to tell me, I don't see you like that. I don't even recall that thing. I am not doing that to you. They're making you feel guilty. You are making you feel guilty. I am not making you feel guilty. That ain't me. That's not God's nature. That's not in God's character. So the Bible is a book about the Bible is God's love story to his children. And it gives you all these different examples of how he loved his children and how he kept on pouring into his children and giving to his children and trying to help them escape and tearing down cities and all the things. And now I'm saying this, although like I ain't no Bible scholar, but I did grow up learning about the Bible. So I got the gist of it. I can't take you to a specific scripture. I know a little bit about Romans, because that's my guy Paul. I know a little bit about Jeremiah, because that scripture, huh? Hello? For I know the plans that I have for you, and they are to prosper you and not harm you. And something else, but it's Jeremiah 21:11. I believe that's what that one is, because that came to me when I was in my deepest despair and I was terrified that God was doing this to me, that he was harming me. And it wasn't me. It wasn't him. It was the OCD. And he gave me that scripture in the middle of the night, 3:00 in the morning. 3:00 in the morning, child. 3:00 in the morning, this brain had me up, and I'm thinking that God waking me up because he want me to worship and pray and keep me up all night. And I had insomnia and hallucinations. Girl, the lies your brain tell. That ain't God. The Bible will tell you the truth. Okay? Don't believe nobody, including your brain, that got you thinking that God hates you, that you're not loved, that he has wrote you off, that you're going to go to hell. No, Jesus came to save. All you got to do is believe. And if you can't believe and you uncertain for because of the pain, hear me when I tell you this. God made it very clear. God understands. He understands his children. He created us. He has a heart for his children. He understands that we're confused. He understands that we're hurt and we're operating out of our hurt. We're operating out of our confusion. He understands that we only know what we know. He understands it. And he loves us. And he has grace and mercy. And that's why he don't give up on you. You might give up on you. They might give up on you, but God never gives up on you. Even if you don't believe him, even if you don't believe in him, even if you don't recognize him, he's still allowing you to breathe, like Anissa said. He's allowing you to wake up every day. He can take you up out of here. That was one of my triggers. I used to be terrified of that. Oh, you have no clue. The OCD thing is real. But no, I am learning that he loves us so much. He loves us so much. And there's nothing we can do to earn it. And the only reason why we deserve it is because we're his kids. He loves us. He loves us. It's a song that says that too. He loves you. To God, we are just kids. It don't matter our age. We're his kids. So he sees us as kids. And all these things that we're doing to, and I said it before, so I can go down that road, but our pacifiers, he understands why we got these vices. He understands why we're struggling. He understands. That's why he doesn't judge us. That's not God that's judging you. That's you. That's the enemy within, and that's other people, and you have taken on their truth as your truth. Stop believing that. If it's not of God, and that's what I tell everybody now, if it's not of God, it's a lie. If God didn't say it about you, it's a lie. And you know how God feel about you when you spend time. So even if you're not ready to open up his Bible, don't worry. I just got ready to open up his Bible. And I'm somebody that grew up in church. I just got ready to open up his Bible again. I've been, first of all, he was chasing me. Okay, he was stalking me. I tell people he was stalking me. I be on social media trying to escape, trying to run, not want nothing to do with no Jesus, not want nothing to do with no God. And I be on there just trying to get my little fun on, my little giggles and laughs and the scary things on TikTok and people falling and I'm cracking up in tears. I just want to have fun. I didn't want to think about none of that. He like, you're avoiding, you're running. Now he ain't saying that, but he's saying that. Okay, he's saying it because he would send, and I'm saying he would because
Actions speak louder than words.
okay, because love is an action word. He like, you ain't gonna stay in that thing. You're avoiding me. I know you're avoiding me. Let me help you. Let me help you help you. Let me help you help you. You're gonna need me to get out of this, and I'm here to help you get out of this. And I'm gonna show you what real love is. He been showing me that, y'all. So these club wins be off the chain, y'all. I didn't know they was gonna be going this way, but they be going this way. So I'm just going with it. Whatever God want to do, I'm here for. But I do know now it's been 2 hours and 15 minutes, so I'm really about to get off. More of my lives over this past month have been 2 hours and over 2 hours. And it hasn't really been people joining us. But what I will say,
Call it what is it, like a self journal or something?
yep, vlogging.
Mhm.
Yep. Your diary or your journal. Yep. But here's what I do know is there are YouTubers that I came across when I was in my time of despair and 3 o'clock in the morning, just looking for somebody to help, needing help and trying to understand what was happening inside because I was terrified and, overwhelmed. And I came across YouTubers who had created content that helped me in 2023, 2024, 2025, and they created it 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. And I never even heard of them, never even came across my algorithm, never even knew they existed. And it came to me right when I needed it. That's divine intervention. Joey, get it together. Get it together, Joey. Get it together. Y'all, friends is wild. It's Joey. Our friends is wild. Just sing something in the background. We ain't gonna talk about it. While we over here talking about this good word.
Right.
It's wild. It's wild. But it comes to you when it comes to you. So I'm not even worried about viewership.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just important to have this conversation for whenever anybody needs it, it's there.
Mhm.
It's there. And whether I ever get to meet you or ever get to engage with you, and I pray. I don't know how heaven truly is, but I pray we can still see what's happening up in heaven. Because I want to see all the amazing stuff. I often think about like, I wonder in heaven if it's gonna be just like a big projector screen and we're up there and we can see all the
That
things.
is so funny. Sometimes
Yeah.
I wish we had that now. Like
Yeah.
I wish we could like go back in our minds and just like literally like re-see it, or like we get to sit here and like how we watch TV, like watch our memories and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
just the good memories though, because let me tell you something, them bad memories had me yanked up.
No.
Had me yanked up.
I don't want
Yes.
to sit there watching bad memories.
I agree. But I also, I thought you was gonna say this other part I used to think of, that I wish we could just get a glimpse into heaven and just to see our loved ones. Just to be like, hey, I see you see me, and I see you seeing me. I see you, we see each other. And see what it's really like up there and what they doing. And if they really partying and dancing. And because I be having thoughts like this. I be going deep. I be having thoughts that when I do something, like when I overcome something that I'm struggling with, or I do something that I was afraid to do, especially in my career, and I'm stepping more and more into my power and more into what God is calling for me to do in my professional career with jobs that I work for, and then in my business. And every step that I take moving towards that I was terrified to take, I be feeling and thinking like on the inside, like envisioning my ancestors, my loved ones that are no longer here, Jesus and all the angels, like celebrating. Like, yeah, girl. Yeah, girl, we knew you can do it. That's what I be envisioning. Like the kingdom be over there celebrating, like hyping me up. Hyping me up. Look, she going for it. She doing it. Look how she's helping move the kingdom forward.
Cause I know, I feel like obviously Jesus, but also angels. But yeah, yeah, I do. I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Like can they see us doing and the things that they started, but we're moving forward and we're helping
Yeah.
to finish it or do our run our leg of the race. Run our leg of the race.
I wonder if I have
they could see it.
ancestors up there.
Yeah. Because you came from somebody.
I mean, yeah, but they're all.
Don't worry. That's why, like I said, Jesus know. They know we all confused. They know we all
That's
confused.
why I kind of think I'm like.
Yeah. I don't know. Listen, I don't know everything. Your boyfriend, her son. Her son, jeez. Your boyfriend, my son. Your boyfriend, my son, he loves the book of Revelations. That's the one I've been terrified of since I was a little girl.
See,
And I will always fall asleep.
We were talking about that the other day. I gotta talk to you.
Yeah. Oh, I said that to say
about some stuff.
it gives a lot of that insight in there based on what my son said.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't read it yet, but I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. I'm being less and less afraid. The fact that he be all excited about it, it gets me excited. It gives me a little glimmer of interest. Like, oh, okay, maybe it's not as bad. But I know the part that I read up front.
On Wednesday they had repeated this. Oh my God, the power went out at the church on Wednesday at young adults group.
While y'all were there?
Yeah, it was so scary because it was like a loud bang. I thought something was happening. I'm over here like I was so scared. But just the power went out. I guess someone got into an accident, hit a power line or something. But one of our friends, he just got a flashlight from his car. We all had our phone flashlights on and we just continued class. I
gotta get a flashlight because that's a basic emergency tool we've had. I don't have not one flashlight. My mama, she probably got emergency kit.
I was gonna say you got candles.
The candles and the lanterns.
Yep, the little lanterns.
We got that. Yeah. And keep y'all thinking crayons. Cause on the TikTok streaks, they show how crayons, you can light crayons and they can stay lit for a long time. So if you don't have nothing else, keep candles.
Yeah, very
the wax.
True. Very true.
The wax. I was like, oh, that's smart. Okay, anyway, y'all.
Smart.
I have poured everything out in me in this conversation. Mm-hmm. I hope that
2:21.
I know. I hope that this is a fruitful conversation. Not I hope. I know it is. I know it is. Because I be knowing, as you spend more time and you walk with God, like that's how you get your intimate time with God. Like you just start realizing like, oh, that was a God moment. That was a God moment. And you celebrate that and you highlight it and you just lean into it. You have more and more understanding and like a knowing that this was not my plan. Because I had no plan. The only plan I had was just to celebrate the fact that I'm stepping more into me and I'm becoming more of me and there's nothing wrong with me. All the rest of that was not planned for me to talk about today. I didn't plan for none of that. So when that happens like that, I'm like, oh, that's God moments. That's God moments. It needed to happen. Now, every single thing I said might not have been exactly, but the essence of what I'm talking about in the conversation, the topics, however, I'm not in Godhead. I don't know how he works in that kind of way. But what I do know is he calls for his children to say the quiet things out loud, speak truth to power, and to stand up and do what's right in the face of wrong that's being done to his children and in this world that's going to cause harm to us now and future generations. And so how I led off this conversation, I'm closing it out. We already talked about remembering to celebrate your wins, having gratitude, enjoying this season. We're going into, for those of you that celebrate Thanksgiving, some of you might call it,
Hanukkah.
Well, just talking about in November, the harvest celebrations, right? So like whether I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing Friendsgiving with my homegirls next week. I can't wait. Whatever you call this part, some people call it Indigenous Peoples Day. Like, that's
Indigenous Month, yeah.
Right? Because Columbus Day was at some point, but we don't call it that anymore. We call it Indigenous People Day. But then we call this one something that celebrates the lives that were lost and honor lives that were lost. unfortunately, by those that are native to this land.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever that day is, whatever you call the celebration, any other celebration you got this month and this upcoming season, we're gonna see y'all again on Club Win. I'll more than likely do something next Friday. But just if you have not gotten into the practice of finding things to celebrate, just get into that practice, highlight it. The bigger calling that that's a big calling, because that's for you, that's self-care. And when you take care of self, you take care of your temple and what God blessed you with. So that is saying thank you and showing gratitude to God when you can appreciate and take care of self. But the other thing that I start off this conversation with, that I want to end this conversation with, is to ensure that you are doing your part in helping humanity. We all have to do our part. We are village, we are community, we are brothers and sisters in the kingdom of God. Okay? In heaven, I don't even know if we're gonna have faces. I don't know how it work up there.
I know.
I don't know if we're gonna have skin. I like this body is not the body that we stay in forever, right? It's not our eternal home, this body or this earth. It's not our eternal home. Our eternal home is in heaven. It's afforded to each and every one of us. So by me saying that, I'm saying, while we're walking out this human experience, show humanity, show compassion, show empathy, show love. And if you are somebody who are going through this world hurting people, work on healing the areas in your heart, in your life, that has caused you to take on that behavior, because that's not how God made you. It's somebody you became as a result of what you experienced and what you were exposed to. It's not who you are. It's not who you truly are, who God made you. So we are souls having a human experience during this season, during this time in our life. And we're all called to help one another, to love on one another, to uplift one another. Okay? So help your fellow brothers and sisters. Get together in your community, do what you can do in your neck of the woods, in your neighborhood, on your street. Gather together resources and determine a day, cadence of days, however you want to do it, where you're going to let people in your community know, hey, we're gathering things. If you're in need of things, come here and get it on this day, this time. And let's help one another out in this time and moving forward for all time, because that's what I meant to say and it escaped me. This could very well, now God can do whatever God do, whether this is God ordained or not, he can use it for his good. But this could very well be something that will open up our eyes to the importance of us being community again, and not relying so much on the government to take care of us, right? Relying on the government to take care of us. We have to take care of one another. We're community. We're having a good time here, ma'am. Keep that over there. We're having a good time here. It's been a purposeful conversation. Purposeful conversation. She do it every Friday. God is doing a thing. Well, that's because you only listen to that. Because what's the truth? What's the truth?
No, I'm talking.
Okay. It's been shared conversation. Ooh, that negativity. Listen. Optimism. We getting back to that positivity. We going back to that 20%. We're gonna make that 20% 80%. Child, these parents just don't understand.
That's right, that is your mom.
Yes, yes. But we blocking her.
Conversation.
Positivity. You do this every time. So this is what you gotta do. You gotta block negative comments out, and you gotta keep the positive stuff in. Okay. Don't entertain it. When you entertain it, it only grows. Okay, now back to this. Back to this. Now, it is vitally important, okay, because this is good God work. It is vitally important that we are doing this our part to help God's children in the time that they are in need. If we're sitting around and we are hoarding food, we're hoarding supplies, we're hoarding things that people are struggling with, we are not doing the work of God. Okay? We're not doing the work of God. If we're sitting back enjoying our life while other people are struggling, and we have more than enough resources, because we do. I'm looking at my house and we got more than enough in here. Y'all look in your house, I'm sure y'all got more than enough in your house. There are people that are struggling. Give it away. Stop holding on to it. Okay? Stop holding on to it. You're hoarding what belongs to the kingdom. Okay? Help God's children, help your brothers and sisters, help humans that are struggling. Okay? That is y'all call to action. Y'all call to action. Two of them. It is to have gratitude, document. Go ahead.
Huh?
What's the call to actions? It's two of them. Gratitude. Your wins right now.
Oh, gratitude, your wins. Write them down.
You just copied what I said. Highlight.
Um,
Show gratitude. Go ahead.
Show gratitude.
Yes.
Help people. Oh yeah, help people.
Yes.
Give back to your community.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
all more than willing.
Yes.
Is
Yes.
there another one there?
No, those are the two.
Okay,
Those are the
okay,
two main points today. It's the two main points. If you don't remember nothing else, remember those two call to actions. Okay? Practice gratitude, document your wins, come on Club Wins, celebrate with us, and go help some people in your neighborhood. You do what you can do because the power is always with the people. Okay? And that is all. That is it. We love you all. We're praying that everybody take care of themselves. You find something to celebrate, and you spend time with some people. And if you don't have your blood relatives as family, you get your godly family. You get your adopted family. You create your own family. Okay, you don't let that stop you. Be in community. Be in community. Being in community, healthy community, save lives. Okay.
Amen.
So find a healthy community that will add to you, that won't tear you down, and do what you need to do to live your life well for a very long time. Okay. Until next time, thank y'all for coming on and joining and having a good time with us. And sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. They teach us that in preschool. Hello? Hello? They teach us that in preschool. Sharing is caring. So share these resources with those that are in need and stop hoarding. That's it. We're done. Club win is over. And I'm back. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.